Hey, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Popcorn Chicken. Justin, get in the seat, please.
I'm working on it.
It's this guy, I tell
Got
you.
my drink over there.
He's got his caffeine. He needs it. Needs to wake up from that slumber from watching Ahsoka. Oh, man. We got Ahsoka today to talk about the finale. Then we've got our movie that this gentleman, right? You picked it, right? Yeah, Shanghai Surprise.
I thought yeah.
It's going to be a surprise, all right. And then we got some other movie stuff and things related in Hollywood to talk about. And then also kind of discussed. I don't know if you guys went and watched The Creator yet. Have you?
Not seen it yet.
Okay.
No.
I'll give a little take. I did talk about it on our weekly show.
I saw.
Weekly. But I'll
And
elaborate.
there's a review up, a non-spoiler review.
Yes.
You did?
I won't spoil anything either today, but kind of talk to you guys about it.
Why isn't this button working?
And then, yeah. So, Ahsoka, man. It was the ending.
Yeah.
That, a lot of people were surprised by it. I did see, and I don't know how much weight we can put to it, but I did see a lot of people on Facebook group pages very positive about the ending.
Did they watch it?
Well, I asked that question, but then I deleted it because I'm like, there's going to be a whole bunch of people angry at
Yeah.
me asking that question.
Okay.
But I just kind of sift through social media and I sift through Facebook, and majority of the people were very positive and very excited and said there was a great ending or a great show, etc. to that likeness. I was really, really shocked by it. I'm like, I had to look myself in the mirror. I'm like, is there something wrong with me here? Then I'm like, no. I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, nah, it's not me.
No.
It's you out there who was giving it 9 out of 10. IGN gave it 9 out of 10.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Actually.
Yes,
It's-
actually. The
The
last
very-
episode or
the episode.
Okay.
It's
9 out
very
of 10.
divided. There's definitely a whole group of people
It's always like that, though.
that like it, and then a whole group of people that just can't stand it.
Even with other shows, like not even just Star Wars,
Yeah.
whatever it is out there that's Disney Plus or Netflix, it's always divided.
Yeah.
You've always got one side versus the other, right?
Again, I think if you were a huge fan of Clone Wars and Rebels, it was tons of fan service, right? That he gave you, that Dave Filoni gave you, and I think that's. And if, like myself, that doesn't know a lot about it, I'm like, what is this? What's going on?
It was for people who really loved the Clone Wars and Rebels. There were so many things in here that you were like, it got you excited. But because it's not just Rebels season 5, they couldn't go very far with it. So even all the fan servicey stuff for those fans, it was just like, yeah, and they're like, I don't know.
Right. Fan service as in here will show you
Yeah.
in live action what you've seen in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Sort of. But there's no story to go on.
Like there was like 7 or 8 things that are deep Rebels and Clone Wars cuts that I was like, oh cool, that's the thing. And then they're like, tune in next time for the adventures of Ahsoka and Blue Man. And I was like, God damn it.
It's true. It's basically, it felt like this whole, we'll get into the episode in a bit, but felt like the whole series was just like a build up to something else.
Yeah,
But
whether
they
that's
don't. But
Which
what
is
that
a movie.
Yeah.
either Filoni's movie or a second season.
Well, both.
Yeah.
They have already started on working on writing and getting things developed for the second.
They can write now.
Yeah. They
Legally.
brought out the Etch-a-Sketches, and they're ready to go.
They brought
Yeah.
the fridge magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The alphabet fridge magnets.
They're writing that, and then I think a lot of this has to do with setting up the movie.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that. I'm not here to wait 2 more years for the end of this stuff.
Yeah.
We should have got some sort of I'm not expecting everything to be concluded, but I could have got something in a bow wrapped up.
You know what? All this concluded was Rebels season 4.
Yeah.
Like it all, the end of this episode
That
was
is
just like,
absolutely correct. Yeah.
it was like Rebels. It was like, oh, the thing that happened in Rebels.
Here's your ending that you wanted.
And it's like, yeah, but it's not an ending. They're just back at square one.
It's true.
And now
Rebels
Ahsoka,
ending.
who was barely in Rebels, like she was a little bit, but she was like this mystery thing that kind of started the rebellion. There's so many times in Star Wars where they've told a story where like, this is how the rebellion started. It was actually this person. And they've told that story 5 times. And now it's like, actually, it was.
You know what this show reminded? Sorry, not reminded. You know what the show told me was
Oh, okay.
nobody matters.
Yeah.
No, they're the good guys or the bad guys. Nobody matters.
Well, now they've just flip-flopped. So now the Imperial remnants are the rebellion, and the rebellion is the big government who's buried in a myriad of like red tape and logistics and stuff, and now they're the underdog.
Yeah.
But they got zombies.
It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
We are going to talk about the episode, so if you haven't seen it, maybe don't
Spoilers.
watch it either.
It's fine. Whatever.
So there is spoilers if you're watching us right now, so just be warned. Man, okay, let's get into this thing.
Okay.
Let's start. Do you want to kind of go around, or do you want to go right from beginning to end kind of thing, sequence? How do you want to do this?
We can do beginning to end. There was
Okay.
a lot of things.
So what happened in the beginning here? We get the title. What is the title?
The title is The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Chronicles. The Thronicles.
The Thronicles of Narnia.
So they copied Chronicles of Narnia. They
Yeah.
copied, what do you call
Lord
it?
of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They copied Star Wars.
Copied themselves
They can.
a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so on the nose, dude. And they got we'll get into they got zombies.
They got zombies.
Oh, I'm so sick and tired of zombies, man.
No, this was cool because there was like
No,
there
we
was
don't.
Stormtrooper zombies before, and it was like, oh, neat.
Great.
But they're not really zombies, and also they're all in the Clone Wars and Rebels, and also the games. So it's like their
nobody
thing.
cares.
But it, at no point during the show when they revealed, they were like, and now they did this. It was like, yeah, I know. And it was like, aren't you surprised? The characters are surprised. And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not. You've been alluding to this for 4 episodes. And also, it's not even alluding. It's just like, hey, this is how zombies come. You get the witches of Dathomir, green smoke, and dead people. And they're like, all right, they're in the catacombs taking out boxes for the witches of Dathomir. And now and it's like, oh, okay, so it's zombies. And then they're like, and now zombies. And it's like, thanks, cool. Anyway, what else you got? And they're like,
it's funny because they were all killed, right? And I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. But then the witches brought them back. And then they did actually act like zombies.
yeah.
Like with the sounds and everything and walking kind of slowly and stuff.
Yeah, lumbering.
Yeah.
And
so
then-
ARX says Imperial Space Zombies.
It's the ISZ. It's a new division.
I said
Yeah. It's a new division for the Imperials.
okay, so the opening scene though has we always forget her name. She becomes a witch. Like they
Yes. So, yeah, it's
Lady something. Lady the Night.
no.
Margaret.
You
You would think after 8 episodes we would know her name.
I always remember it. Now you've purged it from my mind.
Sorry, let me look.
Elsbeth.
Lady Elsbeth.
Elsbeth. That's her name.
That's her name. Okay.
Elsbeth.
Okay. Did she want to become a witch?
She's Dathomir.
She didn't have a choice.
Morgan
Elsbeth.
I knew it was an M.
Yeah.
Maud.
But yeah.
Moth.
Margul Zata.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. So, well, no, she is a witch of Dathomir.
Right.
She's Dathomiran.
But she doesn't have the
No, she just got.
tatties, right?
No, she just. Yes, she does. She's got forehead tattoos. She's got head tattoos. She's from Dathomir. They just made her Super Saiyan. And this kind of bugged me because it was just like, do you want to completely give yourself to, our creed and our people and whatever and whatever? And she's like, yeah, of course. And then they're like, okay, cool. And then here's a sword. And it was just like, oh, you're just becoming the boss battle. Like
That sword was from
Mother Talza.
Talzin sword, right?
Talzin, yeah.
It's from her.
And
yeah.
here's a weird connection.
Where was it? Where did we see it before then?
Clone
Was it
Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She fought Mace Windu with it.
Oh, okay.
It didn't look anything like that, actually. It had like a dragon on it.
Harshdeed
in
said,
the-
"What does the scooter say?"
What is this?
The scouter.
What does the scouter say? I don't know.
Scouter.
What's that in
What?
reference to?
Elaborate on that.
The scout. I don't know, nothing. So they give her the sword, and she becomes the boss, the end boss. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, now they're gonna have to fight her, and she's gonna be powerful now or whatever. And it's like, okay, I already know what's gonna happen. And then It's also weird that she's from Dathomir, but she's anyway. Whatever. That's a canon thing from ever ago. So they give her the thing. She gets some cool tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Vegeta parallels.
Yeah.
Super. Okay, yeah.
We get it now.
Oh,
Thanks.
the Scouter. She's over 9,000. There we go.
Yeah,
there.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I'm gonna say that throughout the show.
Yeah. And then
But the thing is, once we get further, into the movies and stuff, we won't have to say somehow. We'll know how.
Yeah. Eventually they'll tell us. Okay, so she gets into this godly tier level.
Yep.
With the sword.
Yep.
Looks like the Green Ranger for Power Rangers.
Right. The sword, it looked exactly like the sword that the end boss had. Did you ever watch Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah.
Versus the
Okay.
World.
Yeah.
It was the same flame thing, which is ironic because Hera was like the main girl in that.
Oh, okay.
Obi-Wan's wife.
Yes.
And she did like the same pose, like what's the name, like on the top of the chair, and I could only think of Scott Pilgrim after that. Amazing movie, but so then she gets that. Then we get a scene in the Jedi Starship where Ezra's building his lightsaber again.
Yeah.
And this scene pissed me off more than anything in the entire show, and was the main problem with Boba Fett, which is last episode. You know what they do? Explain the plot and why your characters have been an asshole the whole time. And then you go, oh, well, now I understand. Why didn't you tell me this episode 1? Instead, you've just been annoying me for 8 episodes, and they go, here's why they're annoying. And I was like, well, thanks for humanizing the person I hate. And it's just in a throwaway line of just, like, they could have done. Okay, so the throwaway line was, hey, Hu Yang. Hey, Hu Yang, what happened?
He can't even put words together.
What happened with Ahsoka and the man, whatever her name is? And he's like, her whole family. See, this is also bringing it back to Rebels because it's the only. Remember the thing where I was saying that the reason why everyone, I'm convinced most script writers are written by ChatGPT. No,
That's so good. I mean,
yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you mean this whole show is done? What we're doing right now? Everything.
I'm
This
a
is all
robot.
AI right here. This is all AI.
Yeah, it's all AI.
We're actually at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am an avatar. So then he's like, the Empire just glassed her whole planet and all her family's dead. And then Ahsoka wanted to train her, but then she was like, you're probably just wanting revenge, and that's not a good thing to start on. So I'm really apprehensive about training you. That should have been episode 1.
Yep.
And she's like, I wanted to learn, and her being eager to learn because she wants revenge. She doesn't even care about anything anymore. And she's just like, I just want this boy that I know. He moved.
We thought he was hung like a horse. That's
yeah,
why, right?
well, and he was the only good fighting other than Balin in this whole show. Anyway. So then that should have been episode 1. Then she's super apprehensive. She's got you show the
They name dropped Kanan.
they did for the
They
first
did.
time.
But you're right, because even watching this, I was like, oh, Sabine was trained by Ahsoka? Like, and there was like, and then.
Where was the training taking place?
Yeah, but not even that. You're right. If that had happened, then there would have been a better arc of their relationship between master and apprentice.
Instead, you're just like, oh, there's drama. Why? And they're like, anyway.
Because it happened in the past.
Yeah, and you're like,
And you didn't see it.
I think people are also annoyed with long payoffs here. Stop with the long payoffs. Just give it to us in the beginning
Yeah.
so that we can like the character.
There was no payoff.
No,
No. The payoff was bullshit in this.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
at
I'm
the
saying
end.
like they tried to do this elaborate long payoff thing and it just fell flat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, and also too, she gets onto the top of the ship and starts talking to Ahsoka, and she's like, "I've been training," and then they reference a bunch of old Star Wars lines from Yoda and Leia and stuff and whatever, and then she's like, "Actually, you know what? Being a Jedi isn't just all about having a lightsaber." And then Ezra's like, "Yeah, I finished my lightsaber." And it's like, cool. So you just completely the timing was you just contradicted yourself, and you're writing the show. You cannot do that,
Ahsoka should have been like, oh, Ezra.
Yeah,
you
or
idiot.
yeah, like
Let's do a joke.
acknowledge
Did you not
it.
sense I was going to say this, Ezra?
Yeah, and like acknowledged that he's completely stepping on her lines. Then a TIE fighter shows up. There's no drama because we know that they're not going to die. It's fine.
Can I say something here? With
Yeah.
all the shooting from all the spaceships, why do they suck so bad?
Because they
Do they not have aiming systems in these elaborate vehicles?
Well,
from
the computers
future?
on the TIE fighters are like a TI-82 calculator. Just
But
with,
are you
like,
talking
Hermit
about-
crabs
are
are,
you-
going like
Yeah.
5 miles an hour, man. If you can't hit those things, you should not be a TIE fighter. Get out.
Well, it's because the big hermit crab ships are only 1.5 meters long, and the lasers are spaced 2 meters apart. So they
They
didn't
should
think
do
of
it.
that.
They need to. Somebody needs to do a skit or a series about how badly the stormtroopers were trained. Like, you know, hey, you want to be a stormtrooper?
Fire
Come
the
here.
guy
Yeah.
or stab the guy who trains all these
Yeah.
people. Because he's putting
Don't
out crap.
stab him because he'll be fine
Yeah.
the next day.
Well, that's the whole
Yeah.
point. Stab him so he can come back again and over and over again. It's just. I honestly did not enjoy this episode. I'll be straight honest with you guys. It was such a
You
bore.
didn't?
It's such a bore. I know, surprising, right? Shocking.
The last 2 episodes were the only ones I haven't watched twice.
Was there a moment when Ahsoka was doing like this, and it's like, shouldn't she be like?
I thought she was so sluggish,
Yeah.
and later in the episode they do a thing like when Ezra cuts off the head of one of the Death Troopers.
Yeah.
They do a speed ramp, so like he's moving, and then they speed up the footage so it looks like he's moving really fast.
Right.
All of the footage of Ahsoka should have been that, because every fight, every time she's like
Yeah.
doing a lightsaber thing, she's just like. But it's not like, oh, she's super proficient, so it's
Yeah.
effortless to her. It was just like, why are you doing this? Like, you're gonna hurt somebody. Like, she looks like she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She's not comfortable with the lightsabers.
It was probably, I could see it being like them being like, oh, we should have like a stunt double, and
There were a couple
Rosario Dawson's going, no, I'm doing it myself.
There's a lot of people online defending her, saying, "Oh, she's 47 years old."
Who gives a shit? Sam Jackson does a backflip on a
Let
whim.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, nobody's saying that the 47-year-old needs to be limber and acrobatic. You can find ways,
Yeah.
camera angles, speeding up, stunt double, see whatever it is. You can find ways to make her look good.
Yeah.
How old?
Hollywood does that all the time.
How old was Christopher Lee
Yeah,
in
yeah.
episode 3?
Count Dooku.
He was like 90,
Yeah.
and he fought Yoda,
Yeah.
a Beyblade.
Yeah.
And they put in a stunt double. They doubled his
Yeah.
face.
So I'm
Yeah,
not buying
exactly.
this whole notion that
No.
she's older and you have to give her a break. Nobody's trying to insult her.
No, it's
We're-
the choreographer.
Yeah, it's
And the
it's
direction.
the decision of Dave Filoni not to make the fight scenes better.
It's the studio execs who are like, you're already bleeding money. We can't
Yeah, Kathleen
hire.
Kennedy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's part of the executive producing team as
yes, but he
well.
also
So is John Favreau.
yes, but they also have investors to adhere to.
Yeah.
And again, we've seen
Well, those investors are losing money right now, so
Oh,
they
yeah,
better
yeah.
adhere to them
Uh,
and make a better
absolutely.
show.
You are.
right?
You're right.
Yeah.
Nobody's arguing that.
So zombie troopers are in. So Yeah.
So that buck is canon, which is whatever, cool.
Whatever,
But and the fights with the zombie or the stormtroopers was dumb.
by the way, why didn't the sisters help out? Don't they have powers?
That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, I want to see what they
Like,
what
don't they
can
have
do.
these mystical powers?
I don't even know, but you would
They
assume
were-
they would.
They were just there to create a distraction.
I just have a feeling they want to hitch a ride back to Dathomir and
Yeah.
and then split.
Yeah. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Essentially, he got there. Okay, so
they made a deal, right?
they did. He was
you
like,
get us to Dathomir, we go.
I
our
know
separate
somebody.
ways.
Right.
I know somebody who can get here. Can you contact her?
Yeah,
I'll bring all your dead homies. Then I get what I want. You get because in the conversation they were having, they were like, "Oh, for the Empire," and then she was like, "No, for Dathomir." So like they're not hiding it from each other. They're like, "We have a mutually symbiotic relationship now. You benefit from this." Blah blah blah. So that's when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna need you guys' help again, because we're gonna need more zombies to fight them." And then they're gonna have a Scooby-Doo moment where they kill all of them, or they don't even kill them. They just like go with lightsabers, and they're made of paper mache, and then they fall down.
What about the part where they're fighting them for the after they've
Second time.
Yeah, they've defeated. They're going up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a stormtrooper coming from behind on Ezra.
Grabs him.
Why is this guy making a chokehold on Ezra? Just shoot the guy.
Also, he has him And then he's like, "Oh no, my arm with the laser sword! I can't swing behind me. I'm paralyzed with fear, I guess." And then
You know that.
Then Sabine.
You know
then
that-
Sabine
shoots.
is like, "Oh, I'll get him." And he's like, "Nice moves. Thanks for taking 5 minutes to do a kata before you stab the thing."
Every time Ahsoka goes to her, shoot them.
Yeah.
Why don't you just keep your guns in your hand? Forget the
Because
lightsaber.
she's trying.
Here's in that same scene. How do lightsabers every time they do it, a door closes? Like
Oh, yeah.
door's supposed to set up that way.
Yeah,
like-
well, okay.
Like they destroy this, the door closes.
Maybe because it's an active power circuit keeping it open, and once the power is cut, then the door drops and gravity
What if
takes
it didn't
over.
work though? Like, they
Yeah,
just-
what if it didn't work? And it's just like, cool, now it's open forever. Thanks, douche. You've killed us
It
all.
turns the lights on.
These very slow-moving, poorly aiming things now have a jump on us.
How often did they use the Force? During
None. No.
Ahsoka, no, Ezra did it too. A couple
Ezra,
guys.
yeah.
They did once a combo, the two of them, right?
Yeah, and then
They're-
she posed for 30 seconds to run the timer
Well, the
up.
three of them were working together to get the front door open. As they
Yeah.
were riding the,
Ah,
as they were riding the rats, right?
The
And
rat
Ahsoka's like,
dogs.
Sabine, help out.
yeah.
And of course, we all knew that Sabine was gonna.
How? But okay,
Anyways.
going back to ships that can't aim. How many times did that ship shoot at them?
The Force kept him alive. Who cares? Whatever.
But
A lot.
here's the thing. How stupid are they to go underneath a battleship? Right? Like I mean,
Very.
like you could have found another way to sort of, hide or camouflage your way to it, right? Rather than going on a giant dog running down a plain
They
field
should've- they
where
were
you can be
just-
seen from miles.
They were just friends with a bunch of camouflage, all those little crabs. Like, do that.
Great point.
Yeah.
Just sneak in.
Grab a shell, put it on your back, right?
Yeah, big Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Big Trojan snail.
That's what they should have done.
You know that scene where Peter Griffin just sits at the bar and goes, "Oh," that's what I was doing the whole time, just like grabbing my nose, going, "Oh, this is so cringe."
Yeah. And then they get in there, they fight. They do was it Lawrence of Arabia or whatever, some old swashbuckler sword fighting thing where they're fighting up the stairs. They don't kill any of this. Like, it's just every bit of choreography in the fights was just like planned 5 minutes before they turned the camera on. And if it wasn't, the person should not do choreography who did. Can you pull up their name? Somebody find who did the choreography for this show.
For the fights?
Yes, because you know who they should have had do it all? Hayden Christensen, because he was, or Balin Skull. Get, what's his name?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson. Those two were like confident. They knew what they were doing. Shin Hati,
It's a shame that
she was also most of her choreography was really good too.
It's a shame that we didn't see the Hayden Christensen and Balin fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the coolest thing in the world.
Like somehow could have given us that,
Yeah.
right? Speaking of Shin, she gets what 30 seconds? Not even 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's all she does.
She
Holds
just-
up her. And him too. His last.
I thought you were
This is-
saluting for a second.
Yeah, I was. Hey, guys, I want to say something.
She rallies.
No, that's what she does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She holds her
it's,
like-
it's so dumb. It's-
Yeah.
But
she got
okay,
like
so you
15
gotta-
seconds, I think.
Ray
Screen
Stevenson, this is his last role, right? Before
As
he died,
far as we, well, yeah.
I think.
Do
Anyways.
do we know if I don't know? Like, did they do like a
Yeah, the
Lord of
big-
the Rings thing
Oh,
where they like shot the 2 seasons, or like if they're like, oh, we're already here, we've got the volume out here, let's shoot a bunch of stuff for season 2, or they not even finished writing it?
don't know.
I'm just looking to see if he has something else coming up. Oh, he does. He has one upcoming. Gateway to the West. I don't know what that is. Anyways, but it's too bad. It's like he didn't even say a word, right? He was in the
Yeah.
last shot, standing there looking.
Well, the whole half the show, we're getting all curious and what's happening. Like, why is he? What's he up to?
yeah,
They kept teasing us this.
yeah.
That there's something
He's got a bigger
behind the
plan.
scenes happening here.
Yeah.
You guys should be intrigued, and we all got intrigued. And
Yeah.
we're like, okay, this is the best part of the show right now.
Yeah.
The suspense, the mystery, all of it.
yeah.
and then he's just standing at the end of a statue. Albeit, was it Mortis?
Yeah, that was the Mortis gods.
Yes.
He was standing on the father. The
The
son
son was on the right,
and the
daughter
daughter's was
Yeah.
decapitated.
Yeah.
Right. But what does that mean?
Well,
Well,
people are
it's-
saying that, is Ahsoka the daughter and Anakin's
Yeah, she is.
Anakin's the son?
No,
Or the dad?
no. Ahsoka is the daughter. That's how she got revived, and we saw her owl. Well, the owl is the daughter in whatever form, or it's partly in. Anyway, we see the owl, and then it's like, and then it shows us the Mortis. So it's like, obviously, those are connected.
But none of that means anything.
No, unless
no payout.
Yeah.
unless they do a thing where he becomes reincarnated somehow and they recast him.
Yeah, they probably will do that. But what I'm saying is, like, of all the things that need to be paid off, that had to be a payoff.
Yeah, there was
You made us wait for so many episodes to find out what he's up to.
and also and everyone, and it was so like mystical and so vaguely referenced everything he was talking about, and he talked in riddles a lot, not exactly, but he like just talked vaguely about what he wanted to do, and there was no like, I'm going to do this and then do this. It was just like, I want power. I want to go back to the beginning. I think I figured out what the problem is. I'm going to fix it. And we're like, what's the problem? How are you
Even
gonna
if
fix it?
they
What's it?
had given us a hint, like a last screenshot of him looking at something or gaining some sort
He
of...
did. He stared at Mordor.
Yeah, Mordor.
You just seen Frodo and Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, man. There were a lot of people on X saying, oh, my God, Lord of the Rings is back.
They got laser swords.
Woo!
Yeah, the whole thing is, I can understand they're trying to build up to a bigger story, but like you said before, you still need to have a self-contained series.
There had to be something.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't. Like that, I was waiting for that.
Okay,
payoff.
the other scene. Well, I guess we're jumping back and forth. That's
Yeah.
fine. The end, where our boy hero dresses up as stormtrooper,
Yep.
finds a ship somehow. Nobody knows how.
Yeah.
Escapes out of the plane. Okay,
It's not important.
Starport. If
No.
you leave the hangar, they will know that.
Right.
They were able to track people on the planet.
Maybe they just jumped out of hyperspace and it's experimental
You're
hyperspace
giving
ring.
them way too much credit.
Absolutely, I am. And while in the heat of it all and all the
Sure,
sensors,
let's
like,
just go with that.
unpowering and powering back on and being like, "Well, shit, we made it. That was crazy. We used all the power in the thing." He just kind of slips out, and then they're like, "All right, sensors are coming back on. What's that? Whatever. There's 50 things on the scanner."
Only
'cause it's
hire
all
this
booting
man.
up."
He's gonna make sense for you.
Yes.
And
Anyway,
dollars.
so he gets out of the ship.
somehow
Bum, 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 bum. Takes off the helmet, and Hera's there, and he's like, "Hi, Hera. What about your friends who are lost on that planet? Like, there's no urgency, nothing. Like,
Well, I
there's
don't-
no fear or like scared, nothing in his face but happiness."
Also, she was like the surrogate mother of him for a long time, and like that.
Didn't even hug.
No,
Yeah.
like
They
Chopper.
didn't even hug.
Chopper went up. I would have loved Chopper to like just come screaming down. All
Chopper
of his
was-
guns just like, "Brah, brah, brah, brah," and then he
Chopper
was like,
was
"Oh,
the
suck,
puppy
dude."
that hasn't seen his master.
No, he
in a long-
wasn't. He walked up and he was like, "Hey." Anyway.
That's a robot. It's not gonna.
No, Chopper was so much more emotive than
Hera
that.
is just like
They're still trying to play it out like, ooh, who is this? Who's this stormtrooper? Like, we all know who it is.
That's
to
what I
the
mean.
point.
There were so many things where they were like, oh, who is this? And we're like, it's Ezra. And they're like, it's Ezra. And we're like, I know. What now? And they're like, he said hello. And it's like, of course he does.
Why are you yelling? You must be upset. You gave it 8s and 9s, so
Yeah, those were good episodes. It made me excited.
how did that pan out?
But
Horribly.
we said this last week, though. There was no build up to this.
No.
I've
There
been
was no
Mr.
build-up at all.
Consistent throughout the whole series. I told you it was crap, and y'all didn't listen.
No, I disagreed. It was good. There were good parts, and the parts that were good, I enjoyed. And then they just didn't give a
Stabbing
shit
someone
when
in
they
the
continued.
stomach and having them recover the next episode.
No, that's stupid. Don't get me wrong. But that's a problem that they've been doing for a while now.
Everyone's
like, even
those back to tanks are awesome.
Oh,
2.0.
I think okay. I said this a few episodes ago. I was like, a lot of the blaster deflections look practical. Like they don't look like CG sparks, like when their lightsabers explode.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that looks really cool. I think they are, like, in all of this episode too, anytime somebody deflects something, it looks like an actual spark or explosion, which is why they had to move so sluggish, because they've got like a bunch of electronics and stuff that's probably expensive and just jerry-rigged on there. And so that's why they were like, but it's like, just do it CG so that the actors don't look like idiots.
You've
with
been
their
doing it for
lightsabers.
so long. Why change it now?
Exactly. And like,
and it was good. It
and
got
when-
better.
and when like they would hit somebody with a lightsaber, they would do the like that and drag. It's like, no, cut off his arm. Do a CG arm flying off so it looks cool. Like, I don't care that you're doing this practically. It makes everything look fake. Like, it makes it look like you have a stick with lights in it.
Yeah.
And that it is that. And they're like, look at the technology we have. It's like, I don't care. Put robots, do the machine thing, make it look cool. And it's like, nah, we're going to do it so that it's more realistic for the actor. It's like, cool, they can act. They know how to pretend that this lightsaber's real.
I wonder if they're doing that because of the new screen that they have now at the studio. The screen that moves and changes. I wonder if that has issues with what the old technology could do.
It's just green screen.
I don't know. I'm just...
No, it's just...
I have no idea. It's not a green screen. It's something else.
No, I'm saying the lightsaber stuff. That's just green screen effects. And all they're doing is projection mapping, referencing the camera. So that... Yeah.
Let's talk about Heir to the Throne, our boy. I really think he's useless. This
he's
guy's
not-
useless.
He's not like for the legend that he is. Like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be scared of it. Like there was nothing.
He's always referring to the sister to do something.
Yeah,
Or what's her name? The
Morgan.
saying
Elsbeth.
Howard Elsbeth, SS Elsbeth. He just always referring to someone else, getting their opinions on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, there's a bunch of times when he was like, hey,
But can you
launch
say
all
that
fighters.
he is the authoritative, the spine tingling,
not in the last couple
Grant-
episodes, no?
Yeah, he doesn't exude any of that.
Send 2 TIE fighters.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Make
good.
them miss.
2. There's 17 there.
Yeah.
Send 2.
Yeah.
They're on a budget.
They do. Yeah, they got to
They don't
stay
have
under
gas.
budgets. He's got his TPS
Zombies are on a break.
And then she's doing a pep talk with them. Did you see that part?
Yeah.
Where she's got a little bunch of them together and she's doing a little pep talk. Like a pep
They
talk.
may take our women.
They'll never take our swords. I was like, what is going on here? Why is she giving the pep talk?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that guy, of all the greatest leader in the galaxy, shouldn't he be doing the pep talk?
He's standing behind.
He's just like-
behind her. Yeah.
Looks like that. I'm hungry. Send 2. DoorDash.
I need a new tailor. That's what I was thinking.
So they did fail at the end of the day, Ahsoka and her misfits.
Yeah.
Because the goal was to stop him from coming to that galaxy.
Yep.
They failed.
Well, yeah.
But they're very happy because they're having a campfire at the end. With
I
the,
didn't understand how her and Sabine are just like, oh well, I guess we're here now.
Look at the pretty stars.
Yeah, they're like, we got Ezra back. Yay, let's focus on that.
But he's not here.
We didn't doom the whole
Yeah.
galaxy to now deal with Thrawn and the return of the Empire. And no. But
They try to make it like a New Hope ending where everyone was happy and the little campfires going on, you know?
yeah, it's
It,
like
it got
you
those
started
vibes.
World War III. Okay,
Yeah.
you started World War III because you
You
wanted to get
literally
laid.
made it worse
Yeah.
by going there.
but they're not there, so they're good.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh,
we don't
they're
have to
like-
deal with that shit anymore. It's like,
Pass the
whatever.
sausage.
Man, this universe is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys are cool.
Dark-
They're
Yeah.
making some good burgers there.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then just
So there was we knew this was going to happen.
Oh God.
Sabine and the Force, right?
Yeah.
How does she grab a lightsaber? Okay, but then she helps Ezra when he jumps, just
Okay.
like that. Like I don't know the Force, but
she picked it up real
Neither
quick.
does she.
What she did is the second to catapult Ezra to the next level.
yeah,
That's not everyday Jedi can do right away.
yeah.
Well, okay.
That takes training.
She's seen Ezra and Kanan do that like on a weekly basis.
I
That
seen
was
the-
like their signature.
I've seen
move.
athletes play football. I don't think I can just do the same thing. Really?
No, you're not wrong.
I
There's a
seen
lot
a
of
guy
stuff
run
I've
90
seen that I
meters
can't
in
do.
4 seconds. I ain't running 4 meters in 4 seconds.
No, like when they were going up to the gate, and then she's like, "Come on, Sabine, help!" And then she's like, "Ah!" I was like, I know what they're doing, and they're setting it up to when she actually uses the Force. But I would have loved her to just not
Yeah.
and been fine with that.
I
And like the come on, like when you have your little cousin and you're like, "Come on, help push the car," and he's like, "Eh," and you're like, "Yeah, good boy." Like I wanted it to
I'll
be
get
that.
you a Slurpee.
Yeah, exactly. And then she gets a zombie thing at the end because she believes in herself, and she pulls the lightsaber, and then does the thing.
We might sound like haters, everybody out there, but we're not haters. We just wanted a good show.
It's just our opinion.
Yeah, it's our opinion too.
Yeah.
We would love to hear your
It's
guys'
correct,
opinion too. So
but-
let us know in the chat or in our social media handles. What do you guys thought of the show? Maybe give us your scores. We're gonna give our score of the episode and the show soon. We'll conclude very soon here. Let us know what you guys thought. I definitely want to hear everyone's opinions. Whether you're right or wrong doesn't matter. We just want to hear it. It'd be interesting to see what people thought.
Yeah. No, I've watched a bunch of things where people.
Okay, give me one really good thing that you got from this episode. Just give me one, because I doubt there's more than one. But give me one thing that you really liked from this episode.
I did laugh once
Okay, what part?
when what's his name? Robot guy. We always forget his name.
Huawei.
Huawei. When she's
Huawei.
like, "How long are you gonna be?"
We're
And
just
then
joking, by the way.
Ahsoka or someone says, "Radios, how long are you gonna be?" He looks at the crabs. A while, or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought, okay,
Yeah,
that's kind of funny.
Hu Yang stuff was cool. I liked.
So you didn't like the Kanan reference part?
No, I liked the Kanan
okay, you
reference.
did, okay.
Yeah.
Because he takes the piece out. He goes, "I was."
Oh, saving this. Yeah, well,
right.
he's like, who? Because he doesn't know who this kid is,
Yeah.
and he's again like a Boken Jedi who's trained in the wilds. He doesn't know anything, and then he's like,
Well, Ezra gets to find out who he is. He's like, "Holy shit, you've been around."
yeah, he's like, how old are you?
That
He's
was I like. That was
yeah,
my part
right.
that I liked.
I liked pretty much everything with Ezra, Kanan, or Ezra, Hu Yang, and our boy
Balin.
Balin.
The last 5 seconds.
My brain is immediately just dumping this show. It's just like you don't need to pay. It's okay. Those three were the strongest thing in the show, and Chopper.
Yeah.
Definitely Chopper. But they even did Chopper dirty. Like he was
Yeah.
just a boring ass droid.
Yeah.
Well,
He
they
should have
need
been
to
with
settle
them.
that guy down. He's been really killing a lot of people.
He's been killing it, man. He's been
He's
killing
on
it.
house arrest. He should have had like one of those little things.
by the
that
way,
they
what-
have
Yeah,
on-
restrainer
on the
bolts.
restrainer.
Why does Hera keep wearing those goggles every episode? She's not flying anywhere.
part
Take
of
the
her
goggles
costume.
off. Even when she's flying, she doesn't put it on. So I don't even understand what
She wears them seldomly in the cartoon.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple times.
It would
She
have nice
does.
to see her wear it during flights, right?
Yeah, 8 full
So-
episodes of merch.
Sorry.
Yeah, Star Wars. Well, I mean, it was just
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. They are all over the interwebs right now selling that merch. They just announced another figure set today. It's an exclusive. It's regular characters, but they look like the Force Ghost. They glow. blue.
Okay. I mean, for display
I
stuff.
thought it was Force Ghost characters. So I'm like, wait, that person's still alive. That one's still alive. Why is Ahsoka Force Ghost?
well, she
What?
dies. Everyone dies. Okay.
No, but
That's
they had other characters that didn't die.
what Hasbro wants you to know. Everyone dies.
There's a dark ending.
There.
It's their new slogan.
Yeah.
Everyone dies,
Everyone dies.
including you. So buy.
I
our
like
shit.
this. I like this.
Spend your
So
money now because you're gonna be dead
Yeah.
soon.
we really just need more well-written and thought-provoking stories like Killer Clowns
From outer space. Yeah.
Is that an '80s film?
No, or like there's good. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna rant about it anymore.
You
The-
need what you need in Star Wars. See, I think that what Dave Filoni did is what sort of George Lucas did with the prequels, where it's like, I'm gonna write it all, I'm gonna do it all. It's all it's all in my.
Well, he
head.
thought he was the second coming of George Lucas.
Yeah,
That's what it
where it's like
Well, he kind of was with a lot of the
was for a
animated
bit,
stuff.
but now it's like you gotta
Yeah.
let other.
He got too
people
much
take
praise
over.
for Mandalorian season 1, I think.
Yeah,
And I-
Why? Season 1 was really good.
but it wasn't him by himself.
No,
no, that's what I'm
What
saying.
I'm
but
saying
it's never just George Lucas either.
No, I know, but
And he
I
never-
I just feel like everyone put this guy on a pedestal, and I did as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
I put him on a pedestal. I'm like, this guy is the next George Lucas. I literally said that.
Yeah.
Right? Because all things pointed that direction. Like,
Right.
I know Favreau that had a big part in season 1,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there's other directors are involved because they did a gauntlet of directors.
Yeah.
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 So,
But a lot of those directors too were on this show.
Yeah.
and so
Couple,
I
yeah.
thought, okay, this is because season 1 was a banger.
Yeah.
It really was, right?
Yeah.
Even the people that didn't like the direction of Kathleen Kennedy, they all still said that this season of Mandalorian was really good.
Yeah.
So everyone was on that hype train. Things are moving along, and then I don't know where somewhere along the way somebody somehow got to this guy to change directions or change things around. I firmly believe that this is not all of this was his idea.
No.
I believe there was some sort of, hey, do it this way. I want it done, and you know what I'm getting at here of who I think was there, twisting the knob, right, saying nope, got to do it this way a little bit.
Well, because apparently he got in a huge argument and walked off set of
We don't know that. There's a lot of hearsay.
Mandalorian
Right?
season 3.
I heard that too.
And then-
there's no actual concrete evidence of
No.
that. You know, people will say all kinds of things to make things happen, or yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. But yeah, I don't know, man. I look at this season and I'm like, this is not anywhere near Mandalorian season 1. Not
No.
even
Or
close.
Mandalorian season 2 either.
Yeah,
I
season
thought
2
season 2 was great.
season 2 had a lot more memorable
Yeah.
things, and then
I've rewatched season 2 Mandalorian a few times, and I
Yeah.
can tell you what happens in every episode.
yeah,
You know?
Even when this is the part that really bothered me too, as well, is when Ezra got on the ship.
yeah,
We don't even see him looking back going, no, like my whole like my friends are stuck there. Like
Yeah.
there was no emotion. There's no
Yeah.
anger there that he couldn't bring them with them or they couldn't go together. None of what that was there. Like, how could you not put that in this?
Yeah, actually, I heard someone else say this watching a review, and when you see Ahsoka and Morgan fight, that's the first time since The Mandalorian
yeah,
that
Yeah.
they had even been together. So how can there be any emotion in that fight at all?
yeah,
Like they should have met earlier and then built it up.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I found. What you said before, where you're saying there's just the build-ups weren't there and there was no payoffs.
yeah.
No.
And the fight, the Morgan and Ahsoka fight was the best of this episode, and it was boring. Like, it was the best fight, and it was because I like just Morgan, the actor who plays.
I like this. Uncarded review says Dave Filoni is great at stealing material from sacred Jedi texts, aka the expanded universe legends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't mind borrowing material from within the lore,
yeah,
but don't make it look like it's nothing at the end and there's no payoff, like we just talked about. Like, if you're gonna borrow something, make it worthwhile. Put the effort into it so that it pays off at the end well.
yeah,
Hey, yeah, he borrowed that idea, but you know what? He made it awesome. He made it cool.
Yep.
He did the best he could with
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right?
or he did anything with it.
Yeah, anything
all.
with it.
And then, Sabine has the Force, surprising no one, even though they didn't put the cup.
Oh,
There
Damn.
was no cup.
Where was the
okay.
cup?
So we just alluded to it a little bit. That scene where she comes out and sees Ahsoka sitting on the ship there, comes on and Ahsoka goes, "I know what you did." Like, they're talking about her selling them out and going with Balin and the guys.
Yeah.
to this. Why didn't Ahsoka elaborate a little bit more on that, saying, "I know what you did, but you put the galaxy in danger."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, there should have been something else added to that sentence, that conversation.
yeah. Instead of it's all
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she said, "Oh, my master, I made mistakes," and that's true in the Rebels. Anakin always had her back.
Well, and when she
Right?
was up for a trial, Anakin was the only one
Yeah.
on her side, and it's like that. And this show did a lot of cool things about that, like kind of like all of the Ahsoka and Anakin stuff was really cool and had a lot of gravity to it. But yeah, it just wasn't built up. There was a couple lines here and there that was like, oh, that means so much, and then they're like, anyway, next topic.
Because she's ascended, supposedly. She's the white, Gandalf now. She's more. I don't mind the fact that she's more. What's the word I'm looking
Stoic.
for? Yeah, stoic. I don't mind that at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she should have dropped a couple lessons in that conversation to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We are, you put the galaxy at risk for the selfishness. I have your back, but you got to really think about those kind of consequences. Like something there to give it that there's a master teaching something to the apprentice. It's not always about wielding a sword, right? Yeah. There's more to it than that. And I just don't see that with Ahsoka and Sabine's relationship.
No.
Yeah.
I don't see it since the beginning of the season. I don't see that master and apprentice relationship, like Anakin had, because Anakin had conversation with Ahsoka. Am I wrong?
Oh yeah, tons.
Yeah.
So, and there were lessons to be learned, right? Didn't get that.
Yeah. I mean, again, I didn't even. If they had done some flashbacks to when she was actually training her, where we could see that, and then that would give it more weight, give it more emotion to what the relationship was in this series.
Yeah,
because I just didn't know what it was.
Just to play devil's advocate, do you think maybe nostalgia makes you look at the series with more scrutiny, or just think that it's just objectively missed the mark, even if you remove Star Wars from it?
That's a good question to ask.
No, because I have watched and rewatched the other series multiple times, and there is a different format because it is formatted as a kid's show, but it still goes plot, story, build up, payoff. Plot, story, build up, payoff. And it goes by the formula of how you tell a story. And there's arcs, and then at the end there's a big climax, and then it ends, and they go, okay, and then they start giving you, here's some hints to the next season.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, cool, I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah.
This, I'm excited to watch the next movie or next season because I'm pissed off because they didn't do anything for this one.
Yeah.
Because I already know all the story bits and all of the things that they referenced to get me interested. I'm back at nil. Like where the last show ended is where this one also ended. It's like, Thrawn's back, and he's like, okay, so he didn't leave, and now you're just gonna like.
I think Uncarded Reviews is my internet twin. It's because female characters in Disney Universe aren't allowed to have any character flaws or face any consequences, and even when they do wrong thing, i.e. evil stuff, they are just justified.
Yeah.
100% agree. 100%.
Yep.
And I don't know why this is happening over and over again. And it's not just Star Wars. It happens in Marvel, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. Why are they not allowed to fall down and get up again?
Yeah.
Right? Dust themselves off, get up again. It makes better storytelling.
Yeah.
It makes the character likable, lovable, right? People will root for them. So I don't understand that. When they're perfect, people just don't care.
Because you can't relate to it.
Yeah. They're just, okay, great.
Jyn Erso, Rogue One. Like, you already knew that she was going to die, and then was like snobby and was against all of this stuff, and then had bad things happen, messed up, and then came out on top. And like that's one of the best Star Wars stories that have been told so far.
You know what? It's been a while. It's
been a while.
I like that movie a little bit more every year that goes by.
Yeah. It's a great movie.
I do. You're right. Every time I watch it, I keep thinking like, this is the best Star Wars movie.
Right? Yeah.
Because there is no... See, the other thing that kind of pissed me off about this series, I don't understand all the witches and the lore and the legend in this. And Rogue One's got none of that, right?
Yeah.
It's just like...
Here's a person...
They're going to steal some plans?
Yeah. Okay.
Because when you watched... I remember watching New Hope going, how the hell did they get those plans?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what the story is. It's just simple.
Yep.
Funny you
Just
say
gotta
that. That's
keep
my
it
favorite Star Wars.
A New Hope?
Yeah. I just love that end scene of,
Oh, yeah.
father and son, right?
Yeah.
It's very impactful, and it's like a big shock to the whole lore,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's probably... we should do that. Like, what is the shocking moments in Star Wars that rattles the core of all Star Wars fans?
Metachlorians.
It pisses off Star Wars fans.
It rattles them. To the
We
core.
should do that one day. That's the shocking moments of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Things that rattle you.
Okay, and then what happened? That's
Palpatine
it.
returned somehow. That's
Yeah,
it.
there was.
Well, from the beginning, right? We all said Balin is the most interesting character. Him and his apprentice,
Yep.
and we're always like, what's going to happen between them?
Yeah.
You know, and where's this going? And what's his? Why does he want to go there?
Yep.
Like there was always something, and I don't know what they can do with that now.
Okay, and also for like the casual observer, I cannot I can't see how anyone who doesn't know like extended Star Wars lore will like this show, because there's so many little things that are important that aren't explained, never touched on, and it's just like, oh, there's an owl. Why is there an owl? I don't know. Anyway, but like other people I know are like, oh.
I was like, is that Harry Potter's house?
yeah.
DiCaprio one, right?
Yeah. There's so many times where I'm like, and then
that
they're
meme
just like,
could be over and over.
oh god.
Yeah, seriously, like that owl shows up in the middle of nowhere.
At
Right?
the very
I
end.
briefly know what it means, so I figured it out.
Yeah, Mordai.
But like, I bet you 50% of the audience is like,
Oh, they got owls in this universe.
why
All
is
right.
there an owl here? Like,
Yeah.
they don't get it.
It
right?
was, and I thought, okay, this show is just for. It's not for like. It's just not for anyone. It's not for the fans who know all the info, because then they just get pissed off that they didn't do anything with it. And then it's not for casual observers because they don't know any of the info. So it's just like, how did you manage to piss off both sides? And even like a lot of the reviewers and stuff that I watch, like Star Wars Explained or Screen Crush or whatever, who are normally very pragmatic and like, they're not apologetic or whatever, but they're just like, I'm just happy to be in this universe again. Every single person is just like, yeah, there's some cool stuff. This was fun. I was disappointed as hell though. And it's like, how did you make him mad? Like, Jesus.
Now, Carter says Wanda equals evil, Echo equals evil, Reva equals evil, the chick from Falcon and Winter Soldier equals evil, Emily Clark's character Nick in Nick Fury equals evil, etc. And none of them were labeled as villains.
Yep.
As the villain.
Echo. Yeah. Echo.
No, not Echo from. Sorry.
Echo from Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I was thinking Bad Batch. Like, what's wrong with Echo? Oh, no. Echo?
Yeah, no, not Echo.
Isn't she supposed to have her own series too?
Oh God, please say no. Just
I
say
thought
no
that was
to
coming.
Just say no. No.
So, here's the thing. Again, it's like they're trying to build up to something else. But it's not only, like you were saying, like, when is that something else even coming?
Yeah.
We're going to wait 3 years for the next Ahsoka or for the movie? Like, we're going
At
to...
least.
2025
Is the movie?
is when they're gonna start doing the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hopefully I'll be dead.
Wow, went dark real fast.
And Hasbro would like to remind you, you're all going to die.
Yeah, so spend your money.
On
our toys.
The last strong female character I thought it was awesome was Battle Angela Alita.
Oh, Alita Battle Angel. Oh, that was a cool movie.
Yeah, that was a good movie too. I enjoyed it.
Good series.
Yeah.
All right. Alvin, what do you give this episode?
Oh God, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay. Chris, what do you give this episode?
I'll go a little bit more. I'll say 6.
Okay. I'm going to go with a 3.
Mm.
Cause I think, is that what I gave last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it just pissed me
sure
off
did.
and this wasn't a finale.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the finale.
No.
Oh,
How are the last 2 episodes of a brand new season of a show the worst?
Yeah.
Because the first 6 were terrible too.
There were 3 good episodes.
Oh,
I still think
man.
this is better than Boba Fett.
Yes. I actually put this on par with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I loved...
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a really weird par to put it on.
I know.
Yeah.
The thing about Obi-Wan was...
No, I think Boba Fett's better than Obi-Wan.
No, I think Boba Fett's better than Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So you put in Obi-Wan...
Obi-Wan is the lowest.
We were going to wait till Nate's here, but we can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in. Okay, what are the 5? Okay, we got.
Okay, so wait, let's clarify something.
Okay,
Is
okay.
Mandalorian one thing, or are we doing it by seasons?
No. I think we do Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and then Mandalorian season 3.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if we're going to rate them, we got to break up the
Okay,
Mandalorians.
we'll do each season.
So there's
broken up.
there's 7.
Okay.
Because there's 3 Mandalorians.
But are we ranking? we're ranking the best Star Wars show, though, right?
Show,
so why are
shows.
we splitting Mandalorian?
Okay, then we don't.
Okay.
We shouldn't. We
Okay.
should lump it. The good,
Okay.
the bad, and the ugly. With
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mandalorian
there's
definitely
just-
has a caveat.
Yeah.
Then it's just 5: Mandalorian, Andor, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So
Who
I
wants to
would
go
say-
first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll say Boba Fett was the worst.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's either Obi-Wan or Ahsoka. And
It's
I
a
guess
toss-up, to be honest.
I like the thing is I like the ending of Obi-Wan. Obviously, that the him and Vader battle, but the whole story was just kind of like
Yeah.
him helping Princess Leia. I don't know. I'm gonna put Obi-Wan next,
Mm-hmm.
then Ahsoka, Andor, and then Mandalorian number 1.
You know
Okay.
how much I don't like Andor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
still
you're gonna be so shocked at the ranking now
No,
because that's how bad the rest was.
No. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're gonna put Andor number 2. What?
This is I went off. Like him and Nathan were on the show, and I lost my cool, and I went off. It
Yeah,
was like
it was
a rant for a minute. I was like banging my fist on the computer. I was
Yeah.
mad at
was-
Andor. I
Okay,
did
s-
not like it at all.
Okay, so go do your ranking then.
No, you go. You do
Yeah,
yours. I want to
you
see.
do
Okay.
yours.
I'm gonna go. The worst was Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna say Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Boba Fett because there is a good show in Boba Fett.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think again, I've said this many times. I think if it's edited differently or done into like a
Well, we
two-part,
we liked the first episode.
Yeah, no.
I think we both give it an 8.
I think if you do like a 2-part, like 3-hour movie, there's a good show in Boba Fett. Mandalorian. Caveat is except for season 3, the Andor, number 1.
Okay. So mine, I can't believe this. This is crazy. That's how bad these shows are. It's gonna be Obi-Wan. I think we all picked Obi-Wan's
Well,
dead last,
I
right?
said
Yeah, you
Boba
said
Fett.
Boba Fett.
Oh, you said
Boba-
Boba Fett. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So Obi-Wan for me dead last. After that, it is. Oof! Oh my God! It's like picking one pile of turd from another pile of turd.
Which one stinks the worst?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Ahsoka.
Sorry, what you said? Obi-Wan,
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
Boba Fett. Oh my God!
So you think Boba Fett's better than Ahsoka?
Oh my God, this is crazy. No, I'm
and
gonna
you-
go. No, sorry. Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Andor, Boba Fett, Mandalorian.
You
There
think
go.
Wow.
Boba Fett was better than Andor?
It gave me some of that? Well, the bike guys were pretty bad.
See that I
It's,
don't.
it's
know.
hard, man. Like literally, we're talking about turd piles here. It's like one fly versus 2 flies on one of the turd flies. It's
Okay,
so
but
close.
When I think of Boba Fett,
I
all
like the
all-
last 2 episodes of Boba
all
Fett,
I-
which really
no,
isn't Boba Fett.
The only thing I like about Boba Fett was the Mandalorian episode.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you take that out, which Boba Fett's not
But
even
we're-
in.
But we're not
Yeah.
taking it out though.
I know, but
Because I need some sort of.
but it,
That's my Mandalorian season 3. It's
Yeah.
those 2 episodes in Boba Fett.
yeah.
Those 2 episodes and the first episode of Boba Fett, for me, made it move above Andor. If
Where-
those 3 were not in there, it'd be Andor the other way.
And when I think what was the best episode of Boba Fett was him in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It was season
Yeah.
2 of the Mandalorian. That was the best Boba Fett.
That was the
'Cause
best
that was
moment.
him.
That was him
Man.
just wrecking shit.
Not being a mayor or whatever he was.
It's like going kissing babies and
What do you guys
bringing
think?
fruit baskets.
Give us your 5
Yeah.
Star Wars ranks. Let us know in the chat. I want to see what these guys have to say. Oh man, it's yeah.
All right, what do you give the series as a whole?
Ooh, okay. I've been very consistent with my scores throughout.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's a 5. It's right down the middle
Yes.
of mediocrity, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's over. I'm forgotten it, just like Obi-Wan and all the other crap that came before.
Yeah.
Archived.
Yeah, I was ready for like ramping up for a really great ending, and it just, I think I'm giving it a 6 overall.
And your score's been pretty consistent.
I
too.
was like 7s, 8s,
Yeah.
because I liked those middle episodes.
but
and
I
was
saw,
waiting
I
for
saw
this.
you going down though as,
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
as it went by.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
again, like I said, if I was so interested in Balin from the beginning, and
Yeah.
It's such a piss off, man.
Nothing-
Honestly,
nothing
I was
there.
so mad.
Well, there's also a lot of
The
people.
whole episode is like, where is he?
Yeah, and
Well,
then
no,
he's like,
when I saw him, I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, now we're gonna have a nice.
yeah, it's
ending.
like
I'm
he's got a new cape on.
yeah.
Cool.
Let's do this.
shopping
King of the
the
North.
whole time.
Yeah,
King of the North. Right here
Yeah.
we go, Jon Snow. Right, and then like credits. I'm like, what?
And no end credit scene.
Yeah, I forwarded to see if there's
What
an
the This is Disney. And also, I started speeding forward in
That's a
Disney
Marvel thing,
Plus.
right? That's a Marvel
No, it's not. That's how they introduced Boba Fett
Did they?
in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
were
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
check
yeah.
it out.
But did they do anything else? And like, did they do an Andor any end credit scenes?
No, but that was also one of the first things that didn't have an opening crawl. So it was like, this is a different Star Wars.
Yeah.
One that I
Okay.
embrace with open
Yeah,
arms.
I forwarded
and
too to see if there's any end credits. You know?
Nothing.
What? What? Oh,
Yeah.
threw my remote on the couch, went to bed.
Like even show, I don't.
I watched it last night. I watched it around 11:30 at night. Right?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Made some
Because I
food.
kind of I like watching these shows at night. I don't have my dog or my wife or my kids asking me
I-
questions.
I explicitly say, "Hey Dio, it's time to watch Star Wars," and he's like, "Yeah!"
And then he
jumps
immediately
up on
falls
the couch.
asleep.
Yeah,
My kids come down. They're like, "You watching this again?" I'm like, oh, "Yeah." My kids aren't even watching Andor,
yeah.
or not Andor. They're not. They
don't even
haven't
care,
watched.
right?
They haven't watched Andor. They haven't watched. I think they watched Mando, the
Yeah.
first 2 seasons, but they haven't watched.
my
anything
my
after that.
my youngest son, who watches everything,
Yeah.
refused to watch this.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
The only thing he watches is Mandalorian. And the third season, he kind of walked away from it too. He's like, this is boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not even in his episode, Dad. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
He's just walking around. I'm like, I know.
But there was like in this series too. There was an episode where Ahsoka wasn't even in it.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones.
Hey,
Yeah, I know.
the theory out there, like we were discussing earlier, is the daughter is Ahsoka, the father is Anakin. Could Grogu be the son?
No, because the sun is the dark.
Oh, well, Grogu could turn to the dark.
No, that would have been Anakin.
Everyone's saying Anakin's the dad online. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just
They're
saying.
wrong.
Yes.
Here's
When
a-
are they not wrong?
No.
Here's a-
well, he got, that was what I was talking about when he was like, "Oh, you need to take my place," and that's when I thought that Anakin actually was alive in the world between worlds and blah 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 blah. But then that was just. But then we see him as a Force ghost at the end, in like a throwaway scene.
Was that necessary?
Who cares? It was fine.
It
Why was he old then? Why wasn't he the same age as when we saw him in Return of the Jedi? Why didn't they de-age him? That annoyed me. That's an oversight. That's a little detail. Oh, one little detail that I thought was, I think was intentional. When Ezra was building his lightsaber, and he's, him and Hu Yang are bickering. He's like, no, not that one. The blade emitter's too small.
Oh.
And I was like, that's because in Rebels they had
People
really
complaining
skinny
about that.
blades,
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
it was kind of a like characteristic of them, and
The animation Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the lightsabers were super thin.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
I was
remember
like,
that.
okay, is that a kind of a reference? That's
Yeah.
kind of cool. But yeah,
No.
you know what? This show is good. If you just watch,
Andor shouldn't even be on Disney Plus. They should have done Andor as 2 prequels to Rogue One on the big screen.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
or like HBO or something like.
No, it can't. Disney owns the rights. How can it be on HBO?
Well, because if they say a bunch, then they can put it on HBO.
No, Disney has the Star Channel. They
Yeah.
have stuff
I don't know what
there.
that
It'd
means.
be good actually if they did that for something like
Yeah.
instead of making a whole series, just
Yeah.
make it like a kind of
Making
like,
an event.
Yeah.
You're getting Dave Filoni's Avengers version coming up.
Yeah.
All the guys are all gonna to get together.
So this is what I want. Like, if we keep going along with these characters in this timeline, Dave Filoni's movie and stuff like that, are they going to get to a point where they're going to start explaining the sequels, like Snoke and?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do
they're
with this whole thing.
trying to
like
revive that
Mandalorian.
trilogy.
The whole plot was to explain the cloning stuff.
This whole thing is to prop up that terrible trilogy.
And you know what? For what Mandalorian and Ahsoka are doing, it is making Palpatine show up at the end with a shitload of stormtroopers and followers and a bunch of ships.
Mhm.
Now, when I think about that, I'm going, okay, yeah, it's not out of this world. It's like, okay, I can see why that happened. So, for all of the shit I'm giving them, now I'm not gonna go rewatch those movies because they're ass.
Mhm.
But now that theory of just like somehow Palpatine returned, It's becoming less laughable.
Right.
Not a good story beat. I don't go, what? I
Yeah.
go, oh, okay, because this and this and this. Like, they are connecting some dots. And I do appreciate that. But
Somehow
Are we
he
go-
returned, but not till the third movie. The first two movies.
Are we
didn't
gonna
have
have a conversation with Palpatine and Thrawn?
Thrawn?
He's in hiding, right, Palpatine?
no,
Well,
he's
supposedly dead.
yeah, he's dead at this point, and he's
But somehow he
he's
returned.
but he's a test tube baby right now,
Oh, okay.
and he's got 50 different versions of him, and yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
I want a whole movie called Somehow Palpatine. Somehow we keep
The-
writing this.
The
crap.
Knights of Ren.
Those were cool.
that was another thing that was no payoff, right?
Yeah.
Who are
Remember
these
at the
Knights
end
Ren?
of
What
the trilogy, we see them all line up to fight. What's her name? Rey.
Yeah,
Half the people are like, who the hell are these guys?
I know.
How about
Well,
a
they
cool story about them?
Yeah,
Maybe they were Balin Skull and Shin Hati.
Ooh.
Maybe he started them or whatever. I don't care.
there's a good theory. Remember in Revenge of the Sith when Anakin goes in to kill all the younglings?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there's
that he's the
little-
youngling?
that
The Master
Balin's
Skywalker.
Master Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's Balin.
That was a funny one.
That one kid, there was good
Yeah.
acting there.
Yeah.
Master Skywalker.
I wanna see
There's
that
too
scene.
many of them. What are we going to do? Yeah, that's Balin. That was a funny theory that I saw floating around.
Oh man. Okay. I guess this concludes our season-long review.
It was disappointing.
It was a marathon. We did it for all of you guys.
Hit the YouTube buttons.
Yes. Hit the like button, please, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Come join us. Hang out with us. Feedback's always important. We want to hear. Let us know a show that you're watching or we should be watching and reviewing as well. There's Loki on the horizon this Friday.
Tomorrow.
A lot of people saying it's not good.
Oh, goody gumdrops. I
Can't
get to
wait.
watch another thing that
But
I'm
we
disappointed in.
hold. We
Oh,
don't-
no, wait.
We
A lot
don't
of
judge
people...
until we watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
probably going to.
I think we still need to find another show. Like, you know how we talked about Hijack, which was great.
Yeah.
And what was the other series we watched that we liked?
Avatar: The Airbender's coming out on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we talked about another episode, Silo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When's Silo coming out? No, not for a long time.
No.
That seems like so long ago we talked about
I know,
Nice,
right?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Those were two good shows. I think we should discuss Loki, but find something else too.
I would have loved
us
you guys
happy.
to kind of jump on with me for Invasion. I'm watching Invasion right now.
Mm.
There are four
Secret Invasion?
storylines that's happening. Right? There are four storylines that's happening.
And what, season 4 now?
No, season 2.
2? All right.
Two storylines are great. The other two, they're all right.
Right.
But they're all intertwining and connected.
Sure.
Four
There's probably
storyline.
going to be a good payoff at the end.
Payoff? I've heard the word.
Yeah.
You're talking about payoff?
Payoff?
Oh man. All right, let's get into our movie.
Speaking of things with no payoff,
Is this your
yeah.
segue into? I was
Why-
like, where are you going with this?
Yeah.
Our weekly 80s.
Do
80s.
talk about this.
Why did you choose this movie?
Okay.
Why?
Because it was ranked as one of the worst
I
movies
saw that.
in the 80s.
I was like, what is Justin doing? I'm
So-
like, oh, I know what he's doing.
Yeah, I
He's
was
making
expecting-
us pain, giving us pain.
I was expecting a hilarious discussion about how garbage it is, not a how are we going to talk about this movie because it was just so blah. This is Sean Penn, Madonna.
Yep. They were dating at this point. Not that matters. Not that matters, but they
Go
were.
on. Go on.
Well,
I didn't know that they did.
Yeah.
Good for him.
They dated for like 4 years. But
Yeah.
This is
86.
Let me just look it up.
I
here.
think.
Sorry, Shanghai Surprise.
Shanghai Surprise
is the name of the
movie.
Yes, if you haven't heard
If
of
you
it.
haven't heard of it, there's a good reason.
Yeah. I think it's 86. Yeah. 1986. So, yeah, they dated for, I think this is why, like, maybe Sean Penn did the movie. Because, like I was saying before, as of now, when I think of great actors.
Yeah.
I think of Daniel Day-Lewis, even Christian Bale, and Sean
Yeah.
Penn is up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
He's
done-
been in some stuff that has
Yeah.
made me
He's
feel
won-
things a
he's won
lot.
2 Oscars, I think.
At least.
Probably.
He's a pretty, like.
And you can't even say back in the 80s because he was Spicoli.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He was great.
It-
But obviously, there's a lot of duds too, and this is definitely one. So I'm like, did he just do it because he was with Madonna? Like, were they, I don't know. I don't know the story behind it.
Or did they wait? Where was it filmed? This sounds like a Adam Sandler when he's interviewed. They're like, "Why did you make this movie?" He's like, "Because I wanted to spend a weekend in the Bahamas with my best friends."
Right.
They're like, "The movie sucks." He's like, "I don't give a shit. I got to
Yeah.
spend like a month in Cabo, and the studio paid for it." So
So
is it just like, oh
Film executive George Harrison was executive
yeah,
producer.
oh yeah, and
And he wrote a song too?
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. There was like Madonna, George Harrison of the Beatles, obviously, and there was a couple other like big names tied to this.
They had to move it to London. It was filmed. Anyways, there was a big media frenzy because of Penn and Madonna. Like, Madonna was huge then,
Oh yeah,
right? So, because he was executive producer, he had to move it from I don't know where it was, but it had to go to London to get better security or something like that.
yeah. I thought it was like, oh, I want to spend a month in China.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go shoot a movie there.
Yeah. Why don't you explain what the plot is?
Okay, so there's a guy with porcelain hands because somebody. This was less explained than the plot of Above the Law.
Right.
Above the Law was there's a cartel who's smuggling drugs, but actually they're also smuggling C4 and U.S. Army materials and weapons and stuff, and it's
Yep.
the same people that he used to be in the Army with or he ran into. This was some guy stole opium from this, or this girl stole opium from this guy, but also jewels,
Okay.
and then Sean Penn is there.
Right. They kind of hire him or something, right? Like, are they?
They find him on the side of the road because he looks like a dude that the girl who stole the opium used to bang.
Got it.
So they're like,
Oh no, but he
there's
also.
a white guy.
But he speaks.
He speaks Chinese.
he speaks
He
Chinese.
speaks Mandarin.
Mandarin. That's why they wanted him.
And
Right.
So essentially it was just there is this famous concubine who used to date a white dude, and they found a white dude. Then they're like, she'll tell him her secrets. Then we'll find out where the guy who stole the jewels is.
So when the guy who was pitching this to the studios, he said, "Don't worry about plot. We got Madonna.
Yeah.
We got Champagne.
And we got one of the Beatles.
Yeah, and the Beatles is producing it.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy who was in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep.
So don't worry about plot.
No. So then then it turns out the vicar, the priest who was acting all innocent, he's been in hiding for 3 years but doesn't have enough time to grow a beard. So by the end of it, he tears it off, and you're just like, oh, you've been dead for 5 years. It's like, I can grow that in a week. Like that mutton chops.
So when you first see Sean Penn, the beard that he has,
Yeah.
it's like, I can remember going out for Halloween and my mother like taking charcoal and like drawing it on my face.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And then so they find him on the side of the road. They hire him, say that, oh, there's some kids who need medicine. Can you help? We'll pay you money or whatever. And so then they enter. That's the amount that I know. And I was watching intently, trying to unravel. Like, they would just go down a hallway and just be at the house of the guy who the entire country can't find.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, he's in here. Oh, okay, here's $5. Where's this dude? Oh, he's over here. Okay. And it was just them walking from people to people, paying another person to give them information.
Right.
Oh, I can tell you who knows where this guy is that everyone's looking for and nobody can find. $5? Yeah, sure. Okay. You talk to Steve. Okay. Hey, Steve, do you know where this guy is? Yeah, well, I know where he is, but it'll cost you. Okay, here's $10. Okay, yeah, he's over there. And then they go find the guy, and then they're like, all right, where's the opium or the jewels or something? And he goes, oh, that'll cost you. And they go, okay, here's $20. And they go, okay, yeah, it's over here. But then the guy who hired them was posing as the guy who then just shows up at the end when they get locked into wicker baskets that I could sneeze my way through.
That scene was insane.
You ever wonder what it looks like when two wicker baskets
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was like, what is this? Like, who comes up with this idea? And then they go down the stairs?
Yeah.
Anyways.
They fall down the stairs, and then the original priest shows up, and then he lets them out, and then Madonna... Also, Madonna, like, switches characters halfway through the movie. She's, like, oppressive and stoic and, like, cold-hearted, and then halfway through the movie, she just is like, oh, Sean Penn, you're cute, and turns bubblegum.
Right.
And it's just like ditzy the entire movie. And I was like, this is two different people. If you were an unknown actor and I didn't know who you are, I would have been like, did they switch it? And then I'm like, no, that's been Madonna the whole time.
I also feel like whoever directed this, and it doesn't matter, but I feel like he started directing it and then Sean Penn and Madonna took over.
Yeah.
We're going to do it this way.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to do that. And he's just like, okay, whatever. I'm getting paid.
Yeah. They're just like, no, we fall in love at the end. And they're like,
we need to kiss more.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Even though they hated each other, and he was just like,
yeah,
he's been an alcoholic, and then he didn't have a sip for about 2.5 hours, and then she's like, oh, I could change him, or something. And then they confront the guy who held them up at gunpoint. There's a lot of times that people get held up by gunpoint, and then they just become friends right after. And then the guy with porcelain hands, he does he crushes Sean Penn's hands because of some parlor trick thing that the guy in the beginning invented, which is literally just put a bomb in your fanny pack and tell him it's mothballs. Then he blew off his hands, and then at the end they put a fuse on it this time, so it thwarted the main bad guy. Even though I don't think he's the bad guy, he just got all his shit stolen, and now he's trying to get it back. And then he's on a boat, Sean Penn, with the guy who hired him, but actually was disguised as a guy who was a priest on a mission. And then he holds him up at gunpoint. And then they become friends again after he's like, oh, these jewels aren't real. And then Sean Penn pays a guy to move all his bags, but they were actually the original guy who was posing as the vicar to steal from them. And it was all the heroin. And then he's just on the boat and he's like, oh, come back. And then Sean Penn realizes all the heroin's in there, and the guy's like, can we take the boat back? And he's like, no. So he doesn't jump off the boat. He just continues to scream at them.
Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
Yeah. Made tons of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I arrived right on time.
You didn't watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your life is better for it.
It's funny. There's Madonna said, George Harrison from the Beatles was a producer on this. That's what we're talking about. And Madonna said, he's great. He's very understanding and sympathetic. He's given me more advice on how to deal with press and how to make movies. And then he said about her, well, first of all, he said, Sean Penn is a pain in the arse. And she has to realize that being a fabulous person and you can be humble as well. So obviously he did not like them. I think he regretted being a producer on that.
Yeah, his career really took a dive after this movie.
Yeah. But it's also funny because all the other movies that she was working on back then, like, you know, obviously she was singing songs in all of them. She doesn't in this one.
No.
There's nothing. So probably George Harrison's like, nope.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I thought it was going to be way worse.
A lot of the crew got food poisoning. I'm just reading all the trivia.
You know, a movie is garbage when that's the future. Yeah, a bunch of the crew got pissed out their ass for about a week. Other than that, nobody really took the time to write something interesting down about this movie.
They were actually married at this time.
Oh, wow.
They were actually married.
That's the thing. Anyway, don't watch this movie.
Yeah. Anyways, Shanghai Surprise.
Shanghai Surprise.
There's no surprise.
There was no surprise. I was surprised. Again, I mentioned this before, or before we started. I was expecting this movie to be horrible and also be quite problematic, like politically. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it was surprisingly culturally aware, not like like even Kurt Russell movies now. A lot of you watch and you're like, oh yeah, that's Fast Times. Didn't see that one.
Yeah. No, Sean Penn's been in some great colors. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fast Times. It's awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
He's
We
got-
watch them so you don't have to.
Yeah. That's our slogan. We watch these garbage
saving
movies
you
so you
time.
don't
Yeah.
have to. Because right around then, Sean Penn made an amazing movie with his brother and Christopher Walken called At Close Range.
Oh yeah.
Like that came out roughly the same time
Yeah.
as this. And that's such a good movie. And this was just not.
Yeah, this was just he wanted to do a renovation on his beach house, I guess.
Yeah.
And he wanted Madonna to help.
Yeah.
That's
Our review.
our review.
Join us next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's your
It's
turn.
my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't worry.
interested. You have something in cooking?
Yeah.
Oh, you got.
I got a
something
couple. I
cooking.
got to decide between
okay.
the two. Don't worry. It'll be. I don't know if I can pick a worse movie than this.
No.
but I'll try.
It's only up here, up from here.
I got some
Okay.
news.
What you got?
Toxic Avenger reboot gets near perfect Rotten Tomato score.
Wow.
Peter
So they
Peter
paid-
Dinklage is in the movie.
So they paid Rotten Tomatoes money.
$50.
Hey, it's like buying information in this movie. Shanghai Surprise.
When does that come out? Or
Um,
they dropped a trailer to that, did they not?
Yeah, they dropped a trailer. Have you guys seen the trailer?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. It's in a diner, I believe.
Oh wait, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
So the Toxic Avenger is DC or Marvel?
Neither, I believe.
Is it? Oh, what's it? Who am I thinking of then? Well, it says Avenger in the name, of course. It's
Toxic Avenger, not
Marvel.
Avengers.
I know.
Just because the word Avenger in some movie doesn't mean it's
No,
always
I'm saying that's where my brain. I thought it
Oh,
is
okay,
it
I
a
see.
superhero movie?
No, it's how can I explain this?
It's a horror movie.
It's a superhero comedy horror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood, Kevin Bacon.
Peter Dinklage.
Yep. That's a good cast.
Winston Goozy. I don't know. who
My
that
favorite.
is.
You don't know
As
Houston Goozy?
No, that's Peter Dinklage's character in the movie.
Houston Goozy?
Winston Goozy. I know nothing about this movie
Okay.
or this lore at all. I'm zero knowledge of this.
You were gonna tell us a little bit about the creator, which I do want to see.
Yeah. One more thing.
Yep.
Our boy
One
Mel
more
Gibson
thing.
is back in the forefront. He wants to bring back Mad Max.
In him be in it?
I'm assuming so, yeah. Unless he wants to direct it.
But why the last Mad Max was actually really good. The one with
Yeah.
Thunder.
Well, he wants to
Fury
participate
Road.
in some future projects.
Right when you said Mel Gibson's back in the limelight and he wants to bring back, every joke I thought was horrifically inappropriate. Because
Please don't say that.
Huh?
Please don't say him.
Why? He's a horrible human being.
I don't disagree.
But why is he like, I want to bring back, hey, everyone remember Mad Max? And everyone's just being like, yeah, it was great.
Tell me,
It was amazingly successful.
tell me this is a little too late, okay? But Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze action classic Point Break gets a 4K, Blu-ray, and exclusive Steelback release.
Good.
Does anybody care though?
Absolutely. Everyone loves Keanu Reeves.
No. I'm talking about the movie itself. Isn't it a little too late?
Uh,
Shouldn't that happen 15, 20 years ago?
On DVD now.
Finally.
Oh, do people even buy?
Yeah,
Blu-rays?
that's a good show.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like this should have been hit in the early 2000s. You would have
Yeah.
been a kill it.
Yeah, like have this come out when
In
like
Dolby
PlayStation
Stereo.
4 came out.
or a Matrix movie for Christ's
oh
sake.
man, I was like, huh? Anyways.
Yeah, he hasn't been in anything for a long time. Wait, go down. Andor was there.
Oh, no.
Scroll up.
I purposely scrolled away from it. Oh, there it is. No, there it is.
Rogue One director debunks. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, Rogue One director debunks rumors that he lost control of the film's production. We all worked together until the entire last minute.
Who's saying otherwise?
Rumors.
All right,
Nobody
whatever.
cares. That's why I didn't care because I read that too.
Oh,
What else is out there? Johnny Depp stars in trailer and images for animated movie Johnny Puff, Secret Mission. Are we getting too many of these animation movies now?
what do you mean animation movies?
Like like Pixar and all that.
No.
Chicken Run 2 is in the works. Speaking of,
Speaking of Mel Gibson.
Alita.
No. Speaking of Mel Gibson,
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not speak of Mel Gibson.
Chicken Run was an amazing movie.
Alita Battle 2, Angel 2 gets promising update from Robert Rodriguez.
Cool.
So it looks like it might be gearing to film. Be interesting. Leprechaun, I don't care about. David Duchovny, I don't care about.
What do you mean you don't care about David Duchovny? David Duchovny cares about you.
Yeah, you know what? You might not be wrong. Kevin Costner's post Yellowstone feature goes R-rated. Have you guys watched Yellowstone at all?
No.
I
heard
watched.
it's great.
I was at my father-in-law's house in Kelowna a couple years ago, and it was Christmas time, and we had nothing to do, so we put it on. It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's great for the older generation.
I was gonna say.
I know some people that like it that are younger than me. They
Right.
like it, but I think this is a good show for people. And I'm not trying to be insulting in any way, but people in their 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
70s.
this is a boomer show. And that's fine.
It's a good show for if you're into the whole farming and the whole cattle and horse kind of world.
This is
too much though. Like
If
I see
you like-
every episode, there's like some dangerous situation happening in the farm. I'm like, does this really happen all the time? Does it happen every week? Something massive?
if you love Nickelback and John Deere, you will love Yellowstone. I can guarantee you.
God. There's a hero inside me. I got friends who love Nickelback. I don't know why. But he's a good old Canadian boy
Because
in
they're one of the
Abbotsford.
biggest bands ever made.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
hey, props to them for doing what they do.
Yeah.
Just not my cup of tea. But
Yep.
because I just think every single song of theirs sounds the same.
You're not wrong.
But it works. They
Yep.
got a huge following. They made $1 bajillion.
Yeah.
And he lives in Abbotsford. Got a sick house there.
Yep. Nice
So-
studio.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, you wanted to hear a little bit of what I had to say. What I have to say about the creator. I won't spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it. Just a damn good movie, man.
That's what I've heard.
That's a damn.
People
good
are
movie.
saying, "Oh, sci-fi's back."
And I was shocked at how they filmed it with the was it $5,000 camera or $6,000?
What camera? Also, that's nothing now. Like,
No, but they say that it brought the amount it needed. It filmed it in a really small budget.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was
It's
some
like
crazy
80
number. I
80
forgot.
million or something.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
some crazy number, and most of it was done on basically a guy with the camera on his shoulders
is
and
it
like
just like a red or
yeah, it was
Yeah,
something like that.
C100.
Yeah. I
Look
think
it up.
It was probably a
what's his name? Uncarded Reviews on Monday was talking about it with us too. He brought it up as well. I can't remember the details of it, but I saw the review news on Sunday about it too, and I was like, yeah, holy smokes.
It was a Polaroid. Just kidding.
$8,000 of the
together.
boxes of film. Yeah.
Had to do all the stop motion after.
Yeah, it's actually stop motion.
Cowabunga dude, what's
Experiment.
that? Did you get your Batmobile yet? Let me know.
It
I
was
want to
shot
know.
on a Sony FX3.
Oh, okay. Oh, that little tiny gaffer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's not a power move anymore because now it's like you can get.
On a iPhone 15.
Well, no, that's you can get a cinema camera for like that's just how much they are now. Like
Yeah.
they're $5,000,
Yeah.
and it's just like we shot this camera or we shot this whole movie on a $5,000 camera. And it's like cool, most people do,
Yeah.
but 80 million is an amazing for science fiction.
Yeah, this movie wasn't perfect. It had some issues here and there.
But for 80 million, how were the special effects?
That's the strong point of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, if you had to pick one thing that was great about this movie, is the special effects. It
Right.
felt seamless. It felt like it's real. It's really happening.
Didn't stick out. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, I see that. That's fake. That looks really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your brain's like conditioned to pick out.
This felt like it's possible,
Wow.
especially when you have the robots intertwining in some scenes with
Yeah.
humans.
Yeah.
It felt like, yeah, this is possible.
How much was the budget for Chappie? Because it
Oh, yeah. Chappie's another movie. I was
'Cause
thinking about it,
that-
yeah.
or
That's-
District 9, because like.
Yeah, so
no, probably Chappie, because District 9 was a way bigger budget. But Chappie, the robots in
Yeah, I
in
love
this
that movie, too.
Really remind me of it, and they did some.
yeah.
Chappie was only a budget of 49 million.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, double it, and you've got way more CG. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good movie to watch in the theaters. You
Yeah.
need the big sound, the big screen kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Really gets you immersed in it. The score was very interesting. Do you want to punch that hood? What really tripped me out was I've never heard this type of melody thrown into it, a movie. It was just really futuristic and odd and cyberpunk kind of type of vibe to it. It was, yeah. It was
But
really,
it wasn't like ripping off. Just
yeah, it wasn't
Blade
ripping off.
Runner
It's-
or-
It's Hans Zimmer.
oh,
it was Hans
there you
Zimmer.
go.
There you go. That's why.
Fuck.
That makes sense.
That makes a whole lot of sense
All
now.
right, never mind.
Yep.
The
Mic drop.
soundtrack was a Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
Next.
Is and again, you don't want to spoil, but is the story like it's something like nothing new? You know what I mean? Or was it?
No, it's predictable, but it's makes you think
Okay.
at certain points. I know some people didn't like the plot. They felt like the plot was kind of bland.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Was that the focus though? Was the plot the focus, or was it more of a character? Because there are a lot of movies where you
The
watch
strength,
it.
the strength, like I said, was CGI, but also the strength is John David Washington, and I can't Madeline. I think it is. I forgot her Violas. Sorry, I'm butchering her name, but the partner in this movie with him,
His
the young girl, right? The two of them are really good
Yeah.
at what they're doing in this movie.
Yeah, Madeline. Madeline.
Yeah,
Yuna.
Madeline.
Yeah.
They're knocking out of the park, especially her. Like tears could come down your eyes. Like seriously, like she put on a performance.
Yeah.
I hope she gets recognized in some way. I highly doubt it because this movie didn't really get the attention. I mean, people didn't even know about it. Like,
Yeah.
literally, people are like, "Whoa, what's this?"
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't big marketing.
Yeah, it wasn't
campaign.
marketed at all.
Well, yeah, only $20 million worth of marketing. Like,
Yeah.
or 40, I guess.
Even
yeah.
the supporting cast that's around them also were really good.
Mm.
Yeah, it was.
Now,
it's-
did the trailer give away? Because I remember seeing the trailer.
The
and I
trailer
was like,
does give away why, but not how it concludes.
Okay, because I was watching the trailer. I was like, man, this looks great. I already know what's going to happen though.
Yeah.
So that kind of, but that
You-
was an issue with trailers nowadays, that they kind of have to sensationalize, and you can't.
It definitely is a combination, like I said, of Terminator, Blade Runner, Star Wars, and District 9.
I mean, those are.
But
good
now you
names
mentioned
to be in bed
Chappie, I
with.
would take Terminator out, put Chappie in.
Chappie was really.
I totally
good.
forgot about Chappie.
Chappie is a good ass movie.
It's a very good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There was a lot of hate about that movie when it came out.
I don't know. They're just,
But it was-
they're
it
Star
was
Wars
really
fans,
good.
probably. But yeah, it was good. I liked it. I was surprised.
All right, fine, I'll go see it.
My kids didn't like it. My kids
No.
were like, well,
They're wrong.
Kids.
I'm like, go to your room.
You're grounded.
You're at the theater? Go to your room.
Yeah, go to the kids' table.
I can't get to my room.
Well, it sounds like I'm hearing.
Well, they're happy. They were stuffing their face with hot dogs and popcorn. They didn't care.
Yeah.
My wife liked it, which is
Yeah.
shocking. I almost lost control of the car on the road when she was talking about it. Yeah. Every time she watches, she was like, "Why are you always bringing me up?"
Hi, Julie.
Don't bring me up.
No.
There was one summer years ago where my wife said, I'll go to see, this was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh.
She said, "I'll go see that with you if you come to Sex and the City movie with me." So we went to Indiana Jones first. I never went to Sex and the City.
Oh, that's great. I would do that every day of the week.
Just kept putting.
She asked me
Why?
to-
Because you were just like, after that movie, I need
Yeah.
like to sleep
I was
for
like,
a
we're
long
never
time.
going to a movie together.
Yeah.
She doesn't even ask me about Barbie. She won't
No?
ask. She knows. That
We're gonna get.
No, you were not.
We're gonna get you.
No,
in a
I'm not
theater.
getting a surprise right at the
what
house.
We'll do is
In
we'll
the
buy,
middle of the night,
I shouldn't
you
be
guys
telling in front.
kick-
We'll buy tickets to something else.
Yeah.
But it
You
will
can't
be
buy ticket to Barbie anymore.
Oh, it's not a
No.
theaters?
Unless
gonna-
they re-release it again.
We're gonna
One
do
more time.
a video where we go to a haunted house and we get all these performers with axes and chainsaws, and then they chain you down and they're like, "Oh, this is part of the escape house, the haunted house," and then they just put on Barbie
That would
and
be
you're
the-
strapped.
That's the
and
scariest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
One of these days,
Yeah.
maybe if I'm bored on a plane, I'll put it on like the Mermaid.
No,
I give it a 6 out of 10. Mermaid. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't great
It's on
either.
Disney now. I need to watch it.
CGI's balls bad.
Oh, really?
yeah.
It's bad.
So, last week you deleted your Disney,
Yes.
but you know what's finished now is Only Murders in the Building.
Well, I still have it till November, so I can finish
okay.
it. Yeah.
There you go.
There,
So-
there was a couple things where it's like, oh, this starts or this finishes or whatever,
Yeah.
and I looked at the date. It was like, oh, it re-ups at the end of November, and I was like, okay, I can finish that show.
I'm
So,
watching.
yeah.
I'm watching at a friend's house now. Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
me
Okay.
too.
Yeah, I've
Anyways,
canceled
yeah,
my
the
Disney.
last episode dropped last night.
Perfect. I'm
So
gonna
you can binge it all.
I can binge it all because I watched the first I think 2 episodes of the second season,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, right when it ended. The second episode, I was like, I don't think it's as good. And I was like, wait, no, that's because I binged the whole season. So, no, I'm going to wait till it's all out.
So you've watched the first 2 seasons, or just the first season?
Wait, is there 3?
This is the third.
Oh,
that
okay.
just
I watched the
ended.
first 2 seasons
Okay.
in like 2 days.
Yeah.
It was that good.
I canceled Paramount Plus and Discovery Plus as well.
Really?
Yeah, but they weren't that expensive. Discovery. What really upset me with Discovery because I love nature stuff like that to watch, like David Attenborough, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love his stuff, right?
Yeah.
They were charging me $4 a month, which is a steal for the stuff they were
That's-
showing
yeah.
me, right? Discovery.
Yeah,
And my
for
wife
sure.
gets to watch some of the A&E and stuff like that, whatever. So $4, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? And all of a sudden, they started adding commercials into the shows. I'm like,
right.
wait, why am I paying
Wait.
for this then?
Yeah.
I might as well watch it on regular TV.
For sure.
Right? Discovery's on the regular TV. I can just get that, right?
Yeah. Wait, what kind of ads? Just like Swiffer or.
No, actual commercials.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
30 seconds, sometimes 60 seconds.
Wow.
Gross.
And I'm like, what am I paying this for? They're like, oh, well, if you pay another $7,
Yeah, they're doing
get
that.
more
you'll get the
commercials.
ad-free version. I'm like, no, I'm not paying you $10 a
Yeah.
month. Go away.
That's the worst when they're like, here's the free version, here's the paid
No, but
version.
this
And-
wasn't a-
No, I know. Because what they've started been doing now is I can't remember. There's one streaming, not Roku. There was one streaming service where it was like, there's a free one and then there's a paid one. And they're like, all right, I'll get the paid one so I can stop watching ads. And they're like, cool, we're putting ads on the paid version. And they're like, what's the point of giving you money?
Yeah, so I just canceled. I'm like, no, I'm just going to watch it on my TV. I'll figure out when to watch it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It was like something that I had just for whatever, but now you put commercial on, forget it.
Isn't Netflix about to raise the price again?
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
I'm very
They-
close to walking away from them too. I'm
It's just
very
too-
close. It's like right on that line. 'Cause the only reason I have Netflix right now is because of my wife. She loves Netflix.
Right.
There's
I barely watch Netflix except for like a documentary here and there.
Yeah.
I don't really care. The only thing I actually like this year, of all the shows that come on Netflix, is One Piece.
Yeah.
Well, see, for me, it's like with all the streaming, it's like, well, I like that show and that, like, you know, I like Stranger Things. I can't wait till the last Stranger Things. That's
Yeah, did you see the
Netflix.
poster
Yeah.
for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my kids love Cobra Kai, so we're waiting for that.
Yeah.
The Karate Kid. So
Yeah, I watched the first 3 seasons and then I fell off it.
yeah,
It just got repetitive.
yeah. So, but then there's like, oh, you know, well, we have Apple because of Ted Lasso, and
Well, I
these
got the
other
bundle
things.
from Apple. Like my family has the cloud storage
yeah,
and the Apple subscription for $30 a month.
right.
And I need the cloud storage because my kids are just ridiculous with downloading stuff, right?
Yeah,
And hoarding files like crazy. But I mean, my youngest son is obsessed with Cobra Kai. He literally watches an episode every week. He's got to watch it some way.
Yeah.
We're like, what's wrong with you? Like, he can literally say some of the lines probably from there.
I thought Cobra Kai was when it first came out.
It was great.
Really? What's this? And I thought this is such a great take.
You know where it started from, right? It didn't start at Netflix.
No, it started on YouTube.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, that's
YouTube
right.
a premium subscription channel.
But it's so funny the way they do it. It's like, from Karate Kid, it's like here's the villain and here's the good guy. But really, like, let's switch
Yeah,
roles.
it swapped. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was mainly because of a meme online where he was actually the bad guy, and then that kind of just went out of control. So like after canceling my Disney Plus, that was, I mean, Amazon doesn't really count.
No.
That was the last subscription service that I was paying for.
Oh, you got out of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, lucky you.
I haven't.
I've got 3 still.
Yeah. And I was thinking,
too.
I was like, what would make me re-up for one? And then I was like, you know what I would rather do? I would rather like just have not the same format, but have kind of go back to early 2000s, 90s of like getting box sets. It's like, you know what? I would buy a physical copy of The Mandalorian seasons or Andor or Silo or whatever. And it's like, there's probably, let's say 4 really good shows a year. And that's what, $20 a box set?
Oh, it depends. I mean, it could be expensive. It's
Well,
Blu-ray.
sure. Like, but in general, there's a bug on you.
I know.
Like season, like I wouldn't say DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever, but if it was just like an RFID kind of thing, where you get like a display thing that would sit on a shelf and it'd be cool, and then you just like, since you have it near your TV, there's a Bluetooth signal or something that it allows your TV to go, okay, you have access to that, and then you can just watch it.
Well, I still. It's funny. One thing I miss when it comes to music is actual CDs.
Yeah.
Covers, cases, albums, like the
Art.
art.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, vinyl and cassettes both have had a huge resurgence.
Yeah.
For that same reason.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, music's gone through that. Like, now people will buy an album that they really like on vinyl for that display and that kind of collector thing. But there isn't a movie version of that other than like DVDs or Blu-rays, but nobody cares. I honestly haven't owned a CD-ROM for 15 years now. Like, my car doesn't have it. I don't have any consoles that have a disc drive. My computer or laptop haven't had a disc drive in decades.
PlayStation, Xbox.
I have neither.
Oh, okay.
I'm PC and Nintendo and Switch. Because anything good that comes out on the console comes out on PC. So, yeah, like, I wonder if there's going to be something like that where it's like, here's a commemorative thing that you can buy about this show that also gives you access to it. Like, if somebody was like, I love Willow, I want to watch the Willow TV show again, and you get, I don't know,
I'm going to leave right now.
you get the sword that was super important but then gets destroyed, or the wand.
Warwick Davis comes
Warwick
to your
Davis
house.
shows up and reenacts it in your living room.
I would do that. I would do that.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
like,
you could throw stuff at him. Too.
yeah. But also because most things are digital now, and like we saw with Willow, like, you cannot buy that. You cannot watch that ever.
I think my biggest issue with that is space.
Sure, but just make it a little like jewel case kind of thing, or like a little figurine, like how the Switch did the amiibos. Yeah, like make it that, and you just you put your little Star Wars amiibo on top of your TV, and it gives you access to it because it all be in the cloud.
But then you have to price it at the same amount.
Sure,
box.
make it.
People won't buy amiibo for $40, $50.
They will if it gives you if you can watch it. And
yeah,
but I'm saying make it bigger than just an amiibo, or more. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to spitball. Like, you don't buy CDs or DVDs or Blu-rays have been on their way out for a decade at least now.
Yeah.
You know what really is annoying is I don't understand how the digital versions of a game is the same price as a physical version of a game. How?
Uh,
One cost more.
No, because video games haven't. The first time that they've gone up in price was this year.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying that when you buy, let's say, a new game,
Yeah.
it's same price on the PSN store
Yes.
and in Best Buy on
Yes.
the shelf.
Right.
One is a digital version.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
literally uploading a software.
Mhm.
Another is a physical that you have to manufacture.
Yes. And
Why
all
are
the-
they same price? When shouldn't the digital upload file be
Sure.
$10 cheaper?
This was.
Yeah, you
This
would
was.
think.
I don't. For the longest time, I don't understand that. That's why
Yeah.
I refuse to buy a lot of digital content unless I had no choice.
Right.
Yeah.
I support the physical version because I'm getting my money's worth in some ways.
Sure, but it's doing.
Because I can resell it for maybe a third the price, still recoup some of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
And I've done that. I've done that.
Yeah. and
That's how I met Michael.
You can't do that with Xbox.
selling something.
I sold Michael Call of Duty, and then 2 months later, we ended up working together and realized, hey, we know each other from somewhere.
Oh,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah. Then you have to add that awkward
Because
conversation.
he
while
added
you're-
my number, and then the information showed that we had talked before.
Oh.
And he scrolled back like, hey, you sold me a game.
And all your coworkers, you have to have the awkward conversation with your coworkers after you say, "Yeah, we know each other from Craigslist." Because I sold him something. I sold him video games.
What did you sell them?
But I mean, just the physical copy gives me an opportunity to at least try to resell some of it,
Sure.
right? So,
Well, but all that they're doing, well, that's not the case because nowadays, because a lot of the physical CDs now just give you access to something, and remember CD keys. When you sell a PC game, there was no resale market for that, and that's pretty much what they're doing now. Because all it's doing is giving you access to the thing and then downloading it.
I'll top you one more. You saw what happened to me. God of War 2. I bought the box set,
Yeah.
giant box set. Went home, opened it all up. Cool, Mjolnir, dice, toys, dolls from the
yeah.
game, case for the game.
Yeah.
No disc. And I'm like, maybe somebody took it out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
And I look it all up and look at what the content were in this box set. It's a digital key.
Yeah.
But they gave you a steel case. Why would you give me a steel case with nothing in it? What am I going to do with this? So it was just so dumb. And I'm like, yeah, you got me there. Now I'm going to go digital this thing. And I can't sell this game ever down the road because I don't have it.
Right.
But I got this lovely case.
Sell the case.
Oh, it's just so annoying.
Yeah.
Well, I
But-
think that a lot of
By the way, you should check out our gaming section. You've been playing some new games right
How
now.
long was your game yesterday?
Okay.
I kept coming on every once in a
it
while.
was the most intense thing. Yeah, it went on for so long because
What
there's
game you playing?
I'm playing Shadows of Doubt, which is this procedurally generated whodunit murder mystery thing, which is also probably just going to make me more excited to watch or Only Murders in the Building. But there was this lady who kept killing people, and then I couldn't solve the one case, and then she killed again. And then by the end of it, I was just like canvassing the streets. I was just like, have you seen this lady? Have you seen this lady? Because I had her fingerprint and I had like some information, but I couldn't find anything. And I just ran into a building. I was like, have you seen this lady? And she was like, she's here right now. And I was like, ah! And then I just went up. It was, God, yeah.
I'm afraid to show that show to my wife because I think
What?
she's going to make me watch it with her.
It's
It's
a
so
show.
good.
It's a good show.
It's great. Do you not like Steve Martin?
And Martin Short.
And
I
Martin
didn't say-
Short?
I didn't say I didn't like them.
It's a murder mystery.
It's
But
fun.
she's going
It's
to
a
make me
funny-
binge watch the whole thing.
You will want to.
Yeah.
How many seasons?
And
3.
we Just finished the third.
How many episodes each season?
8.
Yeah.
Jesus,
think
it's like
8.
24 episodes.
Yeah.
They're good.
That's a
It's
lot
it's
of-
good fun.
How long are the episodes?
They're only 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
not too bad.
it's half hour.
Yeah. It's classic TV. But they're good.
So 6 minutes longer than Ahsoka episodes.
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. I said out loud when I turned on the
Back to
episode.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Just when you thought we were done.
I opened up turned my TV on and I'm sitting there talking to Dio and I'm like, all right, if this is any less than 48 minutes, I'm going to be pissed. And I look at the runtime, it's like 49 minutes. And I was like, you, Disney, you're doing this just to spite me.
All right, no more with that.
Yeah.
We're done with that. We buried the hatch. What else we got?
Taylor Swift might be in the new Deadpool.
Yeah, because she's buddy with Ryan Reynolds
Cool.
and what's her name, Blake Lively.
Yeah.
She was
then
in.
She's gonna be Dazzler. That's the Marvel X-Men character.
Oh, she was in.
She's a disco type of character. With the
Jubilee.
No. Jubilee's not disco. She wears a disco outfit.
Jubilee shoots sparkles.
That doesn't mean it's disco. It's
How is that
fireworks.
not?
It's fireworks.
No, it's
Disco's a
sparkles.
bulb.
That makes sparkles.
No,
Tell me I'm wrong, internet.
you are wrong. wrong.
Her name is Jubilee.
You're-
Sometimes I wish the internet could actually talk to you. I mean, I know it does, but you
She's
are wrong.
jubilant.
And so are disco people.
I was
Oh,
wrong.
Dazzler is,
Only Murders in the Buildings, the episodes, there's 10 each season. Sorry. But they
good
are
job.
30 minutes. So
I'll
Great
get her
show.
to watch it.
Yeah.
I bought a new TV so she can watch it on that one.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she was in.
Have you ever seen Amsterdam?
I was just gonna say that's the only movie in the last 20 years I've turned off.
yeah, I did
It was
too.
so bad. It was
was.
like somebody.
And it has, like,
Christian
Bale.
Bale.
what's his name? Washington, that you just was in The Creator.
Yeah.
And Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned it off too.
It was like
Nope,
somebody
you are right. What? I don't understand the context of this.
Murders in the Building.
I do like the avatar with the crown on the eagle. That's pretty dope. That's
pretty cool.
It was really awesome.
Amsterdam. It was like if somebody who doesn't speak English was like, I want to make a Wes Anderson movie, because like the dialogue was just garbage,
Yeah.
and it was like 45 minutes. Like I was getting near the end, and I was just like, I don't care. I would rather like slam my arm in a car door than watch this anymore.
Very violent of you.
Yeah, that's a
she's-
censored version of what I usually say.
But other than that, I haven't seen Taylor Swift in anything else.
But yeah, she's been in cameos in a couple stuff. Like she's a good actor. She'll be fine in it probably.
Yeah. I can't imagine it'd be a big part. But
Yeah.
What else we got going on in the world of Hollywood?
They're starting to write again. They're allowed.
they just can't act.
No, yeah, they can't act. So it's just going to be a lot of scrolling text movies. That's going to be a new
You just
genre.
read. You go in the
It's just-
theater and you read.
Yeah, it's like having subtitles but you forgot to turn the camera on. So that's what we're going to get.
That'd be pretty fun.
It's going to be the new version of silent movies. I thought that was Ezra
Ezra
Miller
Miller.
for a
I
second.
know everyone's saying that. Everyone's saying that he should just take over his spot.
And his name's Barry, too.
Yeah,
You're already halfway there.
we're talking about Barry Cohen.
Cahan.
Oh, Cahan.
Cahan? It's either Irish or... I don't know.
I keep seeing this Exorcist nonsense.
Exorcist Believer.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm never gonna watch that movie.
No, you're
ever.
not. That is not
That
a for you
movie is one of the. I watched the first one, the original one. It.
And they brought back from
Yeah.
the original Ellen
Yeah,
Burstyn.
I know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I might have to go see with my kids 5 Nights at Freddy's.
I thought you said Exorcist. I'm
No.
like, what kind of
I
dad
might
are
have
you?
to. Yeah. My kids have been pretty shitty lately. I gotta
Hey, my
put them
kids
in their
have-
place.
My kids binge watch all the Scream movies in a week. So
Yeah,
I
but
went from-
Scream's nothing.
I know. But
That's
still,
another level, Exorcist.
It is. You're right. No, yeah. I don't even know what. I know it's a video game, Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't know anything about it. But yeah, I might be going to see that.
When is that coming out?
Halloween.
Look at that, Disney. If you put a movie during Halloween, you might
Oh,
do
but
well.
Haunted Mansion is now on
Yeah,
Disney.
but they should put the movie out
Yeah.
in October.
for sure. For sure.
Like it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
That wasn't a horrible movie either.
Yeah, you said it was.
Yeah, it was
you said
all right.
great.
It was good times.
The funny thing is, like, what other like Halloween or scary movies are even coming up?
Are we doing anything during the Halloween here?
Well, we
Sure.
should. I'm thinking
Some scary
maybe
movies. I don't want to watch them, but we could talk about them.
really because I was thinking my '80s movie next week.
Oh
I should
God!
choose
Please don't do this.
a bad horror
Yes.
'80s
No.
movie.
Oh, there's so many.
No,
Yeah.
No, bad horror. It's funny.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna.
It's gonna be okay for the goalie, man. It's okay.
Got
a family
on.
movie.
Yeah, Exorcist Believer. I'm just trying to see if there's any other horror movies coming up.
Wonka receives family-friendly MPAA rating.
Thanks, Tips. Hey, do you know Wonka? It's you could bring your family.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Oh.
Ba-doop-doop-doop-doop.
You know what I'm really looking forward to watching? Napoleon
Oh yeah.
with Joaquin Phoenix. That
Ridley.
looks
Oh, yeah.
badass
It's
right here.
Ridley Scott too.
Yeah, that looks good,
Yeah,
man.
November 22nd that comes out.
I'm gonna have to go see that. That looks badass.
2 hours and 38 minutes film.
Oh, that's long.
Do they give you a catheter in the theater?
I'm gonna need one. I'll just use my cup.
Yeah. We got the most comfy seats. No. I go to the
Meanwhile-
theater that gives you the catheter.
Meanwhile, The Marvels is the shortest Marvel film ever.
Oh, no.
Hour and 45 minutes.
Well, it's not a big commitment.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can watch the first 10 minutes for free of Equalizer 3.
That means I have to watch the first 6 hours of Equalizer 1 and 2.
It's actually a good movie.
I know.
They're both good movies, actually. I really
Yeah.
like both of them.
I don't really care about Denzel Washington punching people in the
Ooh,
face.
look at this. This Netflix tumbles in new streaming service ranking, now behind Apple TV
Apple's been
Apple's
killing
and,
it.
and Paramount Plus. What?
Wow.
What's on Paramount?
I don't know. I canceled it.
Okay. Apple. Yeah, again.
Twisted Metal's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That came out. How was it?
It was good.
It's probably, I was going to
It's
say.
funny.
it's
Balls
probably-
out funny. It's
probably
stupid and
funny.
funny. Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah.
It's what Fast and Furious should really be.
It's I thought
Like,
the
actually
clown,
funny?
which is
main character,
wrestler Samoa Joe.
Oh,
who
cool.
I met is really cool dude.
Yeah.
He is the body of it, but the voice is by Lego Movie Batman. They-
Will
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett.
He's
Yeah.
the voice of
Still
the clown.
my favorite Batman.
Oh, yeah.
I
Best
love
Batman
Batman.
ever.
I'm Batman.
Or no, I love
Craig
Michael
Con-
Cera
Conroy
as
is my
Robin. Hello, secret camera. I love that movie.
But yeah, so that movie
Why is there so many Mel Gibson
because
like,
he's
news articles? Jesus.
because he's in that new Continental TV show on
Right.
Amazon,
Right.
which is a good movie. A show to watch.
Yeah.
And
pretty
he's in
good.
John Wick.
John Wick, a prequel. Yeah,
Oh, that's what it is.
it's a Continental, right?
Oh,
The
right,
hotel.
Is that out now? Like all the episodes?
First 3 episodes came out last week. I think this Friday is the 4th episode.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But it's a prequel.
Prequel.
Right?
prequel, yeah.
Yeah.
Winston's story.
Right.
So maybe we'll see a young John Wick at the end. So
Cool, man.
that's all I got interesting
Yep.
for this week.
Well, I think our
Yeah, we've been here for a bit, chatting it up,
channel.
hanging out, talking to you guys. Thanks everybody for joining us. Appreciate it all the time. Go watch some of our videos. Leave comments. Let us know what you guys think about some of the stuff we're doing. We're always trying to add some cool stuff. I know Chris always works hard, and so does Justin, to provide.
Remember, towards the end of the year, we're going to do our best and worst.
Yes,
Best and worst.
you guys
movies.
can join us for that. We're gonna do. We're gonna wear.
We'll have a whole.
We're gonna
show
wear
about
a
that.
bow tie and suit with no
Yeah.
pants, or maybe.
I'm not wearing pants.
Justin's
You're
not
wearing pants?
He wears pants.
Can you imagine? Just get up, we just shorts on. But we're gonna do one here. We're gonna do the award here. We'll get an award, maybe, like a toilet bowl, maybe.
If only we had some 3D printers.
Yeah.
That's the award. You get a 3D print.
It's a goo that's
Yeah.
just printed up. But yeah, we're gonna do a year-end a review of best TV shows, worst TV shows, pick a winner, and same with movies and all that. So let us know what you guys thought of this show too. Like, leave a comment. If you're watching us on the replay, thank you for watching us live. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. And
Loki next week,
yes, so Loki drops this Friday, but we will discuss it next
No,
week.
it drops tomorrow, doesn't it?
5th. Yeah, I think it drops tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they said October 5th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it drops
So,
tomorrow, but
every
we're going to
Thursday.
talk about it on Wednesday next week.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we got to wait that long. That's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got to, come down from the high of Ahsoka.
Yes. Yes.
And then we'll have our 80s movie to talk, which you're going to pick.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then we'll have some news and stuff from what's going on in Hollywood. Things are ramping up now that some of the people are back to work. So,
Get
all right.
some of our shows back.
yes.
Yep.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Take
you.
care.